My nigga AM, man. This nigga connection dropping like it's nothing, bro.
That's insane, bro.
I'm like, yeah, my nigga, yo, we got a crowd fund for my nigga, man. Send my nigga some money so he can afford his Wi-Fi game.
Man, nigga, he needs some AC and
Nigga need an AC Wi-Fi.
God damn.
Sco- Who you looking to see me?
My dog, you was telling me a lot about my boy. Like you was like,
Who Drew Allah? Drew Allah.
You know, you was telling me.
No, he's looking good. I wanted to say that he was looking good. He looking good. He looking good. I give it to you. I give you that. I give you that. He looking good.
Bro, remember
I saw the clip.
But all I was saying to you before the season started, bro, I said, we didn't even start yet. Before he got it, I said, bro, put him under a coaching staff that's not making this nigga do RPO. It hasn't developed a quarterback in ever. They don't develop quarterbacks at Penn State.
I saw some nice passes he had with OTAs. I mean, not OTAs, the training camp.
Bro, and I said, bro, y'all.
But he's still QB3.
He's 22, and I told you, bro.
No. I'm just actually, I understand.
We want a nigga to learn. I don't want him to touch the field at all. Nigga, stay back and learn from a year. You got Mike McCarthy.
Dillon blocked you on you doing too much, bro.
You saw that clip he said is his last year.
Yeah, I know.
Chill out, crash out. What's wrong with you?
Year, buddy. You ain't even. Nigga,
how you get blocked by Dillon on IG even though you had an IG? God damn.
But one of y'all can have one.
Yeah, I give you that. He was looking good. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Get a bunch of chances. You was laughing at me. I said, I like Drew Allo, y'all. Y'all gonna see.
No, we just
that nigga throwing 60-yarders with a flick.
No, but right. Like OG, did we have our little spat, or do I continuously tag you in shit?
I don't tag you in that.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm gonna say niggas be doing that. Don't like.
That is true.
I'm like, yo, why are you still tagging?
That is
me,
true.
Bro?
Niggas be tagging. I'm like, damn, nigga, we talked about this 2 months ago.
Like, leave me alone, bro.
Nigga, don't you have work, nigga? Why did you wake up and say
30 minutes off practice?
You 2 months about this quarterback game.
I forgot about him. Man,
right. I'm saying Jackson Dart, he out there doing picks and shit. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, but I'm not worried about him too much because I seen what he did in the season.
Yeah. You know and that's if you get neighbors back, that'd definitely be good.
Yeah.
You know, for us.
Yeah, that's true.
Because neighbors was, but I don't think the last few times he been in practice, but he was in practice when it started. Though, so there's that. And I'm saying OBJ out there looking like he at least maybe 28.
Yeah, that shit weird. OBJ? That shit weird. Nigga went to LeBron doctor in Miami. Nigga think he slick. Bro, look, this nigga
first game of the season. You know what to do.
They said our tie that nigga start. He moving fast. I'm so happy. Yeah, bro, this nigga. That nigga getting twitchy. I said, oh yeah, we need.
Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. Here's the highlight. Oh shit. Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
But that nigga dropped weight.
I'm not trying to tackle this nigga.
Nah, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm not trying to tackle this nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. Real shit. I'm gonna try to injure your ass. It's over with. We need, I'm taking one for the team and the league.
Yeah, nah.
Like,
that nigga hit you, it's over.
Bro, that's NFL is wrapping up very easily on him.
Nobody.
Yeah, that shit over with.
Gonna die if you hit that nigga, bro.
Tom Monkey said, Deshaun, and then we'll continue until he makes a starter. Monkey said, who leads the number one offensive drug package?
Oh, yeah, Shedeur. I think Shedeur
will. We'll follow the natural structure. It would be Watson in that scenario.
You know what's going to happen, bro? I'm going to call it out. This is going to happen. Watson go get the first start. They give him 2 games. It's done, and it's going to be Shedeur season. Oh. They need to just. It's one of the things where you gotta see a nigga die. Not literally, you know what I mean. You gotta see someone fall, like, so they get all the what ifs out the way. See him fall, and then they be like, all right, bet. Now we don't got no more answers. The league, not the league, but just those. Even a few people are like, man, let's give them a chance. All right, we'll give you those 2 games and see how it goes. And it's like, all right, we pulling the plug. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of the things where, like, bro, it's. Man, when you pay a nigga all that money, bro, you really don't want to fail on that investment. Because that make you look like the worst ever, you know? But it is what it is. You can't say nothing, especially if you're getting outplayed in training camp. What can you say?
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Uh,
Nigga, I
ugh.
know, nigga, it's over.
But
It's
yo,
over.
you still gotta get Gracie. Let's see when the game starts. Shit, everything can look different when the game
True,
starts.
true. That's why I said he gonna have to do something then. Cause right now,
Yeah,
if you just one of them people that I mean, from what we always heard is that Watson was a practice warrior. Looks great during practice, and that's changing.
yeah. You know, what's crazy. The
Oh,
only thing is though, bro. Like you people, I get it, bro. The only way you can get good at playing football is by playing football. And if you haven't been playing football as like as less as he has the
exactly.
past couple years, that shit just don't snap back.
And I was
Like
telling dudes that, and they kept telling me, "You're not a professional athlete." You know, I'm like, bro, that has nothing to do with like,
that ain't got
nigga.
nothing to do
I
with.
can, I can,
It's,
I've been playing video games all my life, bro. I play video games damn near every day. If I don't play a video game for like a week, nigga, I don't care how much I played it.
yeah,
It's gonna take me a couple games before I'm like, okay, let me get.
yeah, bro. I
I don't
used to
even
do
know where
that
my
quick
fingers
step.
go on my keyboard, bro. Hold on a second, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Like this shit
Mm-hmm.
happens, bro.
Yep. And
You
you may get like a little muscle memory here and there flashes, but you're not your complete player.
exactly, and
I
you're
know
gonna
what you
be
mean.
thinking. You're gonna have to think after that, like.
I'm about to get it, man. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like it's a hoop dream, but anything's possible though. Like anything is possible. You never know. Like maybe them lights turn on and he can shake back, but bro, that shit ain't easy. That is not easy.
Now I'm asking. Yo, did you see what? Yo, King, did you see what Daniel said?
Nah, what he say?
All right. Browns Tom Monken said Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders alternating first team reps. Every practice will continue until he names a starter. Monken said who leads number one offense in the joint practice against the Bills on August 20 will follow the natural rotation. It would be Watson in that scenario.
Ooh, go
Isn't
ahead.
this the second preseason game?
Yeah, that's
So he's
after
telling
Saturday.
you're telling me that basically Watson's gonna lead, like no matter what he do, he's gonna lead. Like that's what he's saying.
No, I think he's saying like as of right now, like if nothing changes, which is the first preseason game, if he doesn't look shit for the rest of these practices up till the preseason first game, which he's going to play, and if he goes in there and looks good, then yeah, he's gonna start. But if he looks shit and then go there and don't look good, sorry, bro, you're probably not gonna start the first team offense. But even if he does, who fucking cares?
That's what I'm
You
saying.
can start for the first day or whatever,
I
and
ain't
then
gonna
after
lie.
that,
That's when I
bro,
start. I ain't gonna lie.
move it around.
I ain't gonna lie. If Shedeur outperform this nigga, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna start making excuses. I ain't gonna lie, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Cause it gets to a point where you have to get your starter ready. And it's like it's not making a lot of sense, bro. It's not making a lot of sense. It's not making a lot of sense. Like Tom Monkey, you have to make a decision. Like you have to make a decision, bro. And I'm not saying you got to make it now, but to August, like that's the second preseason game, right?
Hmm.
Like, come on, bro. I thought after I could have sworn he said after first preseason we were making an opportunity. But it seems like it sounds like he's saying it's going to follow. Like that's what the tweet says. It's going to follow the natural order. So it's like how it's been going now. It's going to keep going like that. Like that's what it sounds like he said. But yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll see.
We'll see how it go. I ain't know.
Vaughn X. Somebody posted some bullshit. The sirens. Mm-hmm. I think said the EMSs, the ambulances, Shedeur and Nike on the way. There will be signs. There will be signs. Everybody quiet. We waiting for the highlights.
Sir.
Nigga Jerry Jr. talking about his daughter. I thought he was talking about this nigga. He was not talking about that nigga, bro. He was talking about his kid. Who's this? Oh, Ashley.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Hey, so with what y'all were just saying, wouldn't that give Shedeur the Bears and the New England Patriots if they continue to follow the schedule?
What'd you say?
So for the preseason game, if they continue to follow the schedule, if Deshaun gets the Bills, wouldn't Shedeur get the Bears and the Patriots?
No, because the Bills is the second game. The Bears is the first game. That's why I was so confused. I'm like, what do you
Yeah, I
mean?
mean, if
Like
Shedeur
he
get the
is he
first
already
game,
make
if Shedeur
yeah,
get the
because it's
first
like
game, then
he
cool.
already made that decision. And I'm like, huh?
Hey,
Because he
if
said the joint practice that comes week 2.
yeah. So yeah, if he said it like that, and I didn't even realize it like that. But yeah, if he said it like that, and they gonna give Shedeur all the reps coming next week, and then Deshaun get all the first team reps coming with the Bills in the joint practice. I mean, the joint practice is different though. You're gonna have way more reps than regular, cause that's pretty much scrimmages. It's not like just you're doing team drills. No, you're on scrimmages. Like you're going against them on every rep. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot more moving around and stuff. Um, and I'm pretty sure they'll probably swap out. There's only 3 days as well with the joint practices. So yeah, I mean, if Shedeur get the first game against the Bears, and listen, if that's the case, then that literally changes my perspective on things because the Bears aren't playing any starters. So if you're gonna play your starters, because Todd Monken said he's playing all the starters, and you're gonna go with your starting offense and O line and everything against the Bears second, third
You
team,
see, that's
you're
what I'm
gonna
saying. And then
you
we
should
already
look
got
better than
people.
Watson.
You got people sharing it, like the Dogs podcast. They said, doesn't sound like we're getting much meritocracy this summer with Watson already slated to run the first team offense against the Bills on August 20th. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this shit. This shit
Nah, I
crazy.
take it the other way because if the
Mhm.
Bills are gonna run their starters or their starting defense out there, and you're gonna let Deshaun go into joint practice and go play against other people where you can't script the practice for him, you're putting him in a situation where he's gonna look even worse.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's a nigga go drown. That's a go drown moment. Like yeah, go drown in these joint practices, and then we're gonna put you out there versus the Bills. And if you drown out there, then that's just on you, bro. And then we don't have to wait until the last preseason game to make that decision on if you're starting or not. And then we can use that last week as more prep for the starting offense. And then you get 3 weeks off before the start of the season. So you really give Shedeur 4 weeks in a row, pretty much a month in a row of um, first team reps and everything. And those are the practices that we won't see for those 3 weeks. So yeah, I'll be good. I'll take that.
That's what I'm thinking. This is my thing. Time goes fast. Like all this shit is like we're gonna be in the regular season by time we know it. And I really like Felton was saying, niggas don't want to hear no excuses, bro. Like niggas don't want to hear that. Like Tom Monkey, like respectfully, you don't have to name a starter, but you need to show something. If you get what I'm saying.
I
By
mean, he
now.
already showing it. Like, nigga, Boston and KC and Fano, they're playing with Shedeur only, pretty much, for the most part. So, like, if that's the case, then
Like today,
he's
if this
giving
thing
you the he's
goes
giving
out,
you what he's saying,
you don't
bro.
get no reps on Saturday.
Yeah, he probably won't get reps on Saturday. That's gonna be Shedeur day with the ones.
All out today. No, because Friday would be if it goes by the date. Because
No,
no.
Saturday is Shedor's
Tomorrow.
day.
Okay, today's Wednesday. I'm
Yeah,
tripping. I'm tripping. But all right, we'll see.
Sunday off, then he start over again.
We'll see.
Yada yada yada.
There's something that has made them elite. Be it with their feet,
That's what I'm saying.
or their process,
Cause it's so funny. Cause I wonder. Oh no, but we drafted him early, so that's why. Cause I'm like, I remember when we moved on to Daniel Jones. We didn't go next season and said we have a fucking QB battle. Like,
Yeah, y'all just signed. Who did y'all get after that? Y'all had fucking
I think we
Danny
drafted
DeVito. Who else? Was it Tyrod, Jameis?
Tyrod for a little bit.
Yeah, so y'all had bums. So there's no point in having a competition with bums. And y'all probably did have a competition, but it was bums. So you just like, just move on. We ain't gotta say nothing about this. I don't think y'all really cared anyway.
And this is my thing, right? He keeps downplaying this shit. Like, dude, you feel like that's what a coach should do? Felton, yeah, because I know you would be. Pull up. Like, do y'all feel like this is what a coach should do? Keep downplaying practice? Honest question. Anybody? Can
Yeah, I
answer
think so.
Oh.
Hey,
I think it's cool because like
hey,
as long as you not downplaying it to them niggas in the locker room and away from the media. But if you go out there and he says, and this is a problem, like if he goes out there and says everything is important, all this other stuff is important, then everybody's gonna be it's gonna turn into all hell, bro. It's gonna turn to all hell. So
I'm saying I just feel like that's what I think. Like I want my coach, like especially like this. What I'm saying. Everybody saying this is his first year. Like were you acting like you? Well, he got time to waste. Or what am I missing?
man,
But
I
King,
don't,
I get what you saying. You just like yo, he trying to slow walk this shit and let Watson like make his own bed type shit. But it's like I don't know, bro.
I don't think, I don't see why. I don't feel like it should take that long to like. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the back and forth, man. Like I don't see what we gaining here.
I mean, at the end of the day, like the starting lineup, the starting receivers ain't even starting receivers. So it really don't matter. Like that's how I'm looking at it. I'm just like, bro, it don't really matter. First team reps, second team reps, because
That's what I'm saying. We got
niggas taking
older
second
people.
team reps and
Like, where the fuck
KC
is
and Boston
AZ
there.
at? That's who I need to hit. AZ. Because I
What up,
remember
Zeddy?
you can't wait to the second preseason game because that's a valuable reps for the starters. He's like that's why it's like these niggas say one thing and then they go to something else. Like I can't, bro. I
I don't.
can't.
I want to wait to the preseason
I
and understand,
can't.
bro.
Because when I remember I said
Well,
that I'm like, yo, wait
I
till
mean,
the last
Felton,
preseason game. You're not
preseason
supposed to
is
do that.
next week, like just a week. Get through
Right.
Saturday, we get through Saturday, they off Sunday, and then it's Monday to Saturday, Monday to Friday, and then the game is Saturday, so there's no Saturday practice,
Why the fuck is not letting me?
and they
I
probably no
feel
Friday
like
practice because it's
I'm gonna tell
pre-game,
you.
so they're just
I'm gonna
walking
keep
through.
it. I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. I feel like Monken, bro, is hoping, like waiting and hoping for like Deshaun to turn the corner.
Yeah, you got to. Cause
But,
his
bro,
thing is
why would
probably
you?
just like I didn't want to put he probably came in a situation like I don't want to put Shedeur out there. I want Watson to go out there so I could keep building with Shedeur. So when he gets on there, he's 100%. I don't got to think about it. I don't have to have anxiety about it. All this other stuff. Like he's been
I
saying
mean,
that.
I don't really like that type of thinking because my thing is like it's never gonna be 100%.
100%. Yeah, but
Or
So
but
it's
but if
it's
Todd
like
Monken cares
Shador, you
about
got to
him,
be ready for this now. Like
exactly.
do
I'm
he
But
not
think?
understanding
but if Todd
why he don't
care,
think he is.
Or do
but
he think, King, y'all? Do he think like, all right, just because a nigga practicing good, it might be different in preseason games?
exactly. So that's what he's saying. He was just like, okay, in practice it's scripted, this and this and this, that's that and that. But I want to make sure because and when you're building good habits, it's really easy to fall back on bad habits, right? We all know like, oh, it's hard to get in shape, it's easy to get out of shape, right? So for
Yeah,
him, it's just like, okay, we're trying to build all these good habits, build all these good habits, build all these good habits. The only place you can check it in is either it's really only preseason and the actual games. So he's just like, all right, cool. If we can at least get to Deshaun playing a couple games in the season, and then during practice, during the season when things are a lot more different, a lot more intense, whatever, then we can see more or see in the preseason and double check with that. So then when it's time to get on there, we could just make sure I can just tweak the offense, make sure the offense and the routes and everything is looking good. I got the good packages. The old line is gelling a little bit. I can throw them in there, and we ain't gonna have no problems. But when you do that in the first game and you're trying to figure all that stuff, it's going like you don't want Shedeur to be the
Okay,
fall
okay,
guy for
King,
that.
But this
King.
my problem. What if they both play good and they one preseason game that they get a piece?
Hey, then it's
Then
up to
like
him.
it's you know what I'm saying. So it's like
But then it
Yeah,
you
goes back to the
you
we're gonna play Watson for a couple of games.
no, bro.
Sink or
you
swim.
see what I'm talking
No,
about? Like this
But
nigga's reaching
I've
to
been
throw
on
excuses
that.
that don't make sense, bro.
How,
It don't make sense.
I've been
It
said
don't
that
make
Watson
sense.
should play. Why
It
doesn't it
don't
make
make
sense,
sense,
bro?
man.
Why
Like
doesn't it
I'm
make sense?
sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
But why doesn't it
Like
make sense?
so he sucks in practice. He plays okay in a preseason game, and Shedeur
Well,
plays the
Felton
same
said
way.
good.
But we're
Felton
gonna give
said
the
good.
job to the person that played
Felton said good. So if it's good,
well.
all
Good.
right,
They
cool.
both played good.
They both
They
play
both played
good.
good.
All right, cool. Then you can buy yourself a little more extra time with making sure the Shedeur is 100%, bro.
Mhm.
You're never gonna get to 100%, but if Todd Monken is looking at it like, yo, Shador's like 80% right now. If I can buy 3 or 4 more weeks, I can get him to 90.
And let me ask you a question: is so him starting Watson? Would you say that's him giving his team the best chance to win?
No, I don't think so. But that's not for me to decide because of Todd Monken saying, yo, these first couple games they gonna be hard regardless, bro.
and
We
then
might
I this
if
this
Todd is like, yo, we might go on
But
four in these
Felton,
games.
isn't that what
this
everybody
Fuck
my
it.
was saying?
problem.
They just want
This
the
my
person that
problem.
has to give the team the
This
best chance
this
to
my
win.
problem with that. Then this my problem with that because then I'm gonna call you out on it because look though, what happened to this? The players decide who gonna start type shit. You and Barry said the player is gonna decide. The players decide. So what's up with that?
Yeah, and I think that if he's saying like, okay, cool, Shador's been obviously better than Deshaun during all the practices, right? But then if we get to the quote unquote joint practice or the preseason games and it looks like Deshaun and Shador are kind of even when the games are played, then they can go in and say, okay, well the players went out there and they played on the field. We got the preseason reps in, and it looks about even. Then they can sit there and say, yeah, we can go start Deshaun Watson for a couple games. And then when it's time to bring in Shador, we bring in Shador. And my whole thing is time is never going to hurt. Time is not going to hurt him. It's not going to hurt him. If he
Uh,
I
gets in there
agree.
play
I would give
13,
him
12
wait,
games, he's
wait.
good,
Okay,
bro.
go Ashley. My bad. Go Ashley.
no, you're fine. I was just saying I agree with what King was saying as far as like Tom is not gonna hurt him because eventually we gotta see him. But question: have you guys thought about the fact like with all the politics and how they love ticket sales and all the bullshit that they play behind the scenes? Do we really think that they gonna let the possibility of Shador and Travis going head to head just
I
not
mean,
happen?
the games are gonna be sold out anyway. Like it's gonna be sold out. The first game of the season is sold out regardless. So that's not like a catch 22 where you're just like ah. Now that's a different thing where it's just like shit. If you announce it now and it's Travis versus Shador in the first game, that's gonna be there's probably gonna be betting on the
It's
game.
not.
Like
So I'm
oh,
saying.
I don't see
we
why
want the
people think they're
game
gonna
or they're
start
gonna flex
Watson.
it.
I don't get it.
Like I've been saying from the get go, bro. I really think that Todd Monken genuinely wants Shador to work, and I genuinely think that he's looking out for the best interest of making sure that Shador is going to work here. Because when he got the job was about can you do something with Deshaun and can you develop Shador? And if he's thinking about developing Shador, he's not looking at it as in I got to have him ready for game one. He's looking at it like I got to get him to the point where he's going to be his best. So when he gets in there, regardless if I'm his coach next year or not, he's going to be the starter moving forward. He's going to be the answer for the quarterback
I mean,
situation.
I don't
Nah,
understand.
my whole thing is Watson, bro. I get it, but Watson haven't has not showed you anything
I
at
know.
all.
And then that's where it comes down to the preseason. So now if he miraculously go in the preseason games and he shows something and he shows that he can still do it a little bit, then what are we gonna say? We're gonna just say, okay, he can't have a chance because we want to see Shador. Like, yeah, we can say that because we can be selfish, but then at the same time, if I bring up, okay, this is a new offense, the O line is looking shaky, they
Wait,
gotta
wait,
go
wait.
through all of these
King, King,
things,
King,
then
King.
let it rock.
If Shador is winning the competition, how is that us being selfish?
No, I'm talking about
Because
from
if you
last
say the people,
year.
the fans that want him to play, they're being selfish.
Because when I ask questions, right? Because I asked a question a couple days ago, and I asked a bunch of people, and I was just like, what would you rather? Would you rather Shador play all 17 games, and in his first 4 to 5 games, it looks bad because the O line is bad, They got to go through all of the changes. Todd Monken's got to adjust the offense and the route concepts and all this stuff while they're going through all of that stuff? Or would you rather Deshaun go out there for those games and Shedeur come in and play 13 to 12 games and he looks amazing and he's the answer? Niggas said
I
that
would
they
rather
rather him go for the 17 games and go through the struggles. And I'm just like,
yeah, me
if
too.
you know that you can skip
Yes,
the
I would rather him
struggles,
go through the
Yeah,
I
struggle.
would
eh,
rather
Yes,
see
that
the
yes.
17
that's
games.
selfish. That's selfish because we just want to see the
How is
nigga
that self,
because we
bro?
just want to
Nothing is
see the
per.
nigga
That's what I'm saying.
play.
It's like you're
But
trying to. No,
I'm
no, no,
not
no,
no,
no.
I'm not
It's like you're trying to.
I'm not trying to. What I'm
You're
saying
trying to
is
make sense of something that don't make sense.
no,
It don't make
I'm not
sense.
trying to make sense of it. What I'm saying is that if I can guarantee that this is going to happen, dudes would rather say I don't care about his benefit. I just want to see him all 17 games. And I'm saying if that's even a thing that could happen where we know that the O line is not going to be that great. We know it's going to take time for them to gel, right? We
Brother,
know we got rookie
let's clear
receivers
let's
out
clear
there.
some things up. Let's clear some things up. You don't just throw a motherfucker in there when it's ready for them, when it's convenient for them. You play the best player. If he struggles in the beginning, he
Yeah,
struggles.
That's not
yeah.
true because
It's
every team
He
football.
wouldn't be the
Jackson
first
Jackson
QB to
Jackson
when he
Dart
struggles in the
Jackson
game.
Dart Jackson Dart was
He's
better
not a
than
rookie.
all of
He's
them.
not a rookie.
Who?
Shedeur.
So what? Last year he was a rookie, and
More than likely.
I
he
don't
ain't
think.
get no
Okay, I
development, and
don't
he's
think
in
we
a
have
new
to
system
ease him.
now.
I
He's
don't think we
still a
have to
rookie,
Ease
ease
him
him
into the
in this
game.
time, man. I
bro.
don't think we
If
have to ease him
No,
in,
I
bro.
really feel like people are
You got a
using
full
last
y'all
year
bugging,
like
bro.
a
You
little
got a
bit too
full
much,
off
bro.
season.
Like
You got a full
respectfully.
And
off
and
Like
he
if
season.
played
he's
7
treated
games.
like any other QB, he can bring the
Bro,
Browns to at
Yeah,
least a 7 to 8
yeah.
win season.
Look,
Like you're not
look,
telling me he can't.
I'm not
King,
saying
Like
that
he
he
you're not
played
can.
telling
You
me he
know,
can't.
I'm on the
King,
10
he
10
played
10
7
wins.
games last year, right? He played
Played
7
7
games
games.
last year. He got his feet wet, right?
Yes,
We
he
don't
got
have
his
to
feet wet.
ease this dude in, right? We don't have to ease him in. I feel
Not
like
true,
we don't have to
bro.
ease him in.
He's in a
Now,
whole
the
new
O line,
system. That's
I
what I'm
think,
saying.
but look, I think we're assuming that the O line gonna look terrible for some reason. They got a jail, but this is the thing.
But
It's
if the,
two things that can help this O line in the beginning that could prevent that. Number one, the run game. Number two, the coach's game plan. Todd Monken to protect whoever the starter is from week one. All you got to do is call a quick game plan that's gonna help get the ball out quick and use the run game. That'll give your O line time to gel. Like, it's no reason for him to sit this year for any amount of games just for the fact of him sitting to ease in. He
I'm
passed the
not
ease in
I'm
shit.
not talking
He
about
passed it.
easing in, bro. I'm not talking about
Okay.
easing in for him. I'm talking about for everybody, everything around him. Everything around him. The O line, Todd Monken calling plays, adjusting the plays, right? Because that's what happens in the first couple weeks.
King, you
You
don't
get
think that's selfish?
Brother, that's what the
no, that's
off
not
season is
You
selfish.
don't
for.
think that's selfish?
That's what the
I
off
think
season
Yeah.
is for.
Okay,
I think
That's what the
That
and
was
off
my
season.
shit,
and
man.
that's what the off season's for, right? And then
Yes.
you don't see that implemented until at least the last preseason game because you don't call all your plays. So you only really see everything you've done in the preseason until the first game. Your first game is against Jacksonville. They have the best front seven in the league, right? So if you
First
go
front,
out there,
first front. Wait. First front seven.
What?
What?
What that got to do with Shedeur starting?
No,
They got a great front seven. I don't think they got the
So,
best front
who
seven.
got the
so
best? Who got the
I'm just gonna
Who's
best?
on
say.
their front seven?
Oh, let me say something
All
real
right,
quick,
bro.
right?
I
Drake
guess
on
niggas
what?
So
don't know.
what he's
I watched
saying
them
is
play,
right.
bro.
If we look at it's three ways we can look at it. We can look at it as a fan of Shedeur. We can look at it as a fan of the Browns, or we
They don't
can
got
look
a
at
better
it,
front seven than the Giants.
or we
They
can
On
look
played
at it
better
paper,
than them
as
last year.
Or,
Yes,
or
they
you
did,
gotta look
bro.
at it like a fan at all. Just look
on
at
paper, they don't have a better front
or
seven than the Giants. I'm
we can
sorry.
look at it
Now?
in a football sense. What he's
Just
Shit.
saying
now.
No,
is,
Right
you're
now.
bugging. You're bugging.
regardless
I
of
seen them
the
niggas
Brian
play,
quarterback,
bro.
Burns, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau. They have
Abdul Carter
more
didn't do
other
shit last
linebackers than
year.
you name on
Abdul
their
Carter
front.
didn't do shit last year, bro. They had 2
bro.
sacks, bro. What we talking
Jags
about?
have the best front seven in football. I don't care about none of that. Fuck who we playing. It doesn't matter who we're playing. What
All
I'm
right,
saying
bro.
is Deshaun Watson's also not going to go out in preseason and magically just start playing better. That's not going to happen.
Okay, but
that's
That's
that's not
that
what he
was the
asked
whole
for.
talking point of if Watson goes out there and he looks
no, we
good
don't.
and
That's not
Shador
going to
looks
happen.
good, then X, Y, and Z. And I said, and that at that point, you can get away with starting Deshaun Watson and then
Abdul
giving the
actually
O
had
line
4
a
sacks
time to
last season.
gel, making sure you can make the right correction to your play calling. Because just because you make a play doesn't mean that when you get in the game you don't adjust it. Because you're gonna be like, okay, nah, we need to change this route from this type of depth to make it shorter because of the timing on this and that. You change the step, like you do that stuff. So if you can get away with putting Deshaun Watson out there and taking those lumps, and you can make those changes, then you can put the Shedeur in a couple games, and everything is at a better point.
I want to
The
ask you
line
a
is
But it's
question,
better.
more
King. I want to ask you a
beneficial for the
question real quick.
quarterback to make his own mistakes in order for him to change it. He
Hold
doesn't
on.
need to see
Bro,
someone else.
he made his mistakes last year, and niggas was trying to kill him for that, bro.
But I want to ask you a question though, King, real quick. Who do you think can overcome the lumps, the bumps, and all that with the team that we have currently playing the first to the 17? Who you think can? Well, you said the first five. I think you said. Who do you think is more likely to overcome that,
Bro,
Deshaun or Shedeur?
to be honest, bro,
Give me your honest opinion.
Yeah,
to
be
be honest,
honest.
of course, I think that Shedeur can
Okay,
overcome
thank
it
you. All
more,
right, I'm done.
but I
See y'all
don't
later.
think you're saying see you later, but I'm just saying it's a better chance of him, but the chances aren't high. It's not high. You're playing some of the best defenses in the league. The first five
Bro, it's the
games.
NFL. Bro, it's the NFL. Like
Okay,
you're trying to look
cool.
pick
It's
and
the
choose who
NFL.
you should play
Nobody's
against.
picking and
That's
choosing.
not.
I'm
That's not
saying,
how it works.
bro, you're saying that's not how it works, and that's literally what the coach is trying to do. That's literally what every coach do with a young quarterback. They do that.
He's trying to do what? It's his second year.
My God, bro. The coach doesn't see it as his second year. He said it from when he got here. He doesn't see it as Shedeur's first year or second year. He sees it as his first year because he doesn't know when he was started developing. So if he didn't get developed last year, and the only time he got developed was in 7 games, he's looking at it as, well, you only got to develop for 7 games. You only got to practice for 7 weeks. I have to come in here and start with a quarterback that only has 7 weeks of experience in the NFL practicing on the first team. He's not looking at Shedeur as in a second year player that went through last year and went through all the bumps and went through all of the things and went through all the trials and tribulations and has all that. No, he's looking at a kid that only played 7 games and practiced for 7 to 9 weeks, bro. That's how he's looking
So
at
what
him.
you're sitting here and telling me is Todd Monken is saying, "Yeah, I'm just gonna throw Deshaun Watson out there for the first 3 weeks, let him get shit on, so then I can put Shedeur in." That's what you're saying.
Yes.
His logic
Like
is.
like like
Yeah,
every
that's
every
true.
coach
Nobody
does with a
ever
rookie
thinks like
quarterback,
that.
bro. They all do that with
That's
rookie
Nobody
true.
thinks
quarterbacks.
like that.
Wait, hold on.
What are we
That's a
talking
Nobody thinks
about,
like
definition.
that.
bro?
That's a
Nobody
Who?
thinks
definition
like
of
that.
that's a definition of a bridge quarterback. For him to take all the
They're doing
bumps
that shit
and
in, they're
things
doing
like
that
that
at the
to
Raiders. They're
put
doing that
Shedeur
at the
Didn't
guy.
he do
Raiders.
that
Put
last
your
year with
guy.
Joe Flacco?
No one that wants to keep his job is doing that.
Bro,
He
everybody
just
doing that.
got the
Andy Reid
job,
doing
bro.
it.
Y'all niggas keep saying he gonna get fired next year anyway. So if he
Bro,
gonna get
Andy
fired, he might as
Reid
well
did
do it
not
however he
do
wants
that.
to.
Andy Reid,
Andy
Patrick
Reid was
Mahomes,
there. Andy
Patrick
Reid.
Mahomes got drafted.
Real quick,
Last year,
y'all.
He
Real
used a
quick, y'all.
bridge quarterback.
Real quick, y'all.
A bridge
King.
quarterback.
Niggas
So
be
how many
capping too
games you
much,
think?
bro.
How many games you think? You saying for Watson?
Well,
Three
three
to
to four at
four.
least.
3 to 4.
If he start on 0-2, then
He's out of there. He started
He
off
could.
0-2. He's out of there, bro. He's
Yeah,
out. If he starts off
it's
0-2 and he
it's
looks
no
bad,
three to
he's out of there,
four, and
bro.
then
No
What do you
sense.
mean?
it's
you
no
Two
get
three
what
weeks
I'm
is
saying? Like
games.
2 weeks is
like,
valuable.
bro. This is what I'm saying.
Bro,
So,
he
Bro, y'all
so
just
he
selfish,
gotta
bro.
fuck up Shador's
yeah.
chance
Y'all
to make the
selfish, bro.
playoffs for this fucking
King,
so he can
Bro,
see
y'all
his chance.
selfish,
With
bro.
King,
Just
look,
selfish,
King,
bro.
he's Shedeur when he go out there, bro. Whether he play the first game or whether he come in the fourth game, bro, he gonna have his points where he struggle, bro. He gonna have his points where the O line give him problems or like something bad, something gonna happen, right? But we can't like feel like we nothing is gonna prevent that from happening. So like,
Nothing.
just let him
Nothing is
start
gonna
and just
prevent that.
let him get
But
through it.
if
Just let him start.
if the coach, and I keep saying it, if the coach is looking at it differently than y'all are, then that's what the
You're
coach is going
assuming
to
though.
do.
That's true.
You
I'm
That's
are
just
true.
going
assuming what
off
the
of
coach
what the
is doing.
nigga said,
But
bro.
both
The
That's what I'm
nigga
saying.
said it,
how
bro.
much
No, he never
assume?
said that.
Yes,
He
he
never said
Todd
that.
Munkin said,
He never
I
said.
don't know
He
when
never
Shedeur
said. He
developed,
never
so I'm
said.
looking at
He
him
never
as a
said.
first
He
year
never
player.
said.
That's what he
He never
said.
said. He never said I'm starting Deshaun Watson for 3 games to take the lumps in the
He
first
said
game.
that they're
He
looking to
never
start
said that.
Deshaun Watson. That's the
He
whole
never
fucking
said
point of
that.
the QB
Listen,
He never said
competition.
that.
What are you talking about?
Real
I
quick,
didn't have
and this is what I'm saying, right? He could have avoided all that. He didn't even have to say that. He could have literally said this. I'm focused on developing Shedeur. Deshaun Watson's gonna start. Deshaun Watson's our starter. He's gonna be the one out. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard him say that Watson was gonna start.
That's all he had
Yeah,
to
he
say.
never said that Washington was going to
I
start, but he said I was not here, so I'm going to give them both a
Niggas
chance.
would have accepted
I'm
that.
I'm
Niggas
gonna
would be
give
like,
them
yo,
both, and he said I'm gonna give them both a chance to win the QB competition to win it.
okay,
So he's
but you
saying
get what I'm
so what he's saying is that I have a veteran and I have a young guy that I'm trying to develop. I'm going to give the young guy that I'm trying to develop a chance to beat out the vet so he doesn't have to sit behind the vet for some games. If he can go out there and show me that all of the things that I'm asking for, he can control everything at the line, he can do this and that, he can handle all the pressure, he can handle all this, all of those things. He can do all of those things, he's going to start him. If he doesn't, he's not going to start him. That's what I've been saying this whole time. And I think at this point, we don't know if Todd Monken is satisfied with what Shedeur has grasped yet and where he's at right now. If he's not 100% satisfied, I don't think he's going to put him out there, bro.
That's true,
I
King.
think
But
he
at the same
cares
time,
about
you
I
can't.
think he cares about Shedeur more than he cares about Deshaun Watson going out there and looking
Okay,
bad.
but
Yeah, we
okay.
can't
So is he
assume that he's gonna
satisfied
start
with what he's
Deshaun
seeing
for
from
first
Deshaun
four
Watson?
games though.
I'm not. I'm just
I'm
saying.
not.
I'm saying that that's my limit because I think that Deshaun Watson's not going to last more than 4 games. I don't think he's going to play good enough to go play past 4 games. And
Yeah,
I've been
because
saying
my
that
thing
since
is,
January, February. It's going to be
so
four
with the
games.
whole training camp shit and all this, this is why I feel like it's bad to keep lingering it on because you got one person he outplaying the other one in training camp, right? And then they both get a preseason game, and then if the preseason games is a wash where they both look okay or they both look good or they both have a bad game, it's a wash. So why not name your starter after the last week or whatever in training camp, and then go into the preseason games with your starter to get them time to jail or whatever you saying like they need time or whatever. Like the longer it keep going on and shit, like eventually, bro, just name your starter, bro. Just
No,
so
I
we
So I'm
can.
I
saying I
I,
need AZ in here because
I
that
under
nigga told me
listen. I
it
understand
is
that,
bad to
Felton.
wait to hold the
I
name a
Felton.
starter,
I understand that, but
and now niggas is
the
backtracking.
premise that we're talking about right now is as if Deshaun Watson looks playable in these preseason games and looks good enough that he can start. But we're not talking about. We're only talking about the preseason. We're not talking about okay. Well, if Shedeur is looking good now, and he continues to look good next week, and he continues to look good the week after, and he continues to look good the week after that, and Deshaun Watson is still
Okay,
looking bad in practice, has an okay preseason game, and still looks bad in practice,
okay, but
Shedeur is going to
King,
start. He's going to
Real quick,
start.
what you're saying is Deshaun Watson could be continue to look bad in practice, but as long as he has an good preseason game, that they will name him the
No,
starter.
no, no. I just said is that if he continues to look bad all of
Hmm.
these next 4 weeks of practice, and on top of that, the 3 weeks of practice that is not that we will not see because the media is not allowed there. We won't. We'll see a few clips from the
Those will be
Cleveland
the
thing.
practices where they say Deshaun look but good. Those will be the practices.
Man,
Yo,
listen,
That's
just
up
take
to
some of
them.
the
question though,
reps,
yeah.
Them
That's
ain't
up
no
to
take
them.
some of
practices.
his reps, and yeah.
That's up.
So
That's
why
up.
do y'all
But
think? Why do y'all
but the
think they
answer will.
dragging out this decision?
Jimmy
I feel like
Haslam.
I
Jimmy
don't like them
Haslam.
dragging it out.
Nah, I'm with the Jimmy Haslam, but what do you, in your opinion, what do you think they're dragging out the decision?
Jimmy
I
Haslam.
think he waiting on. I think Munkin is
Because they
waiting
told
on
Deshaun they was gonna give him
Watson.
a chance,
That's why Jimmy Haslam
which means
is
they gonna
trying
give him a
his
chance
best.
through these preseason games.
This is
No,
Jimmy
that's
Haslam.
fair. Honestly, like to be real with y'all, I would
Uh,
love for y'all to wait until after the preseason, at least game one, to have a set lineup.
Exactly.
Cause I feel like
We don't even got an old line set yet. And niggas worrying about this
that's
nigga
that's
starting,
that's what I'm
bro.
saying, King. Like literally,
Come
when you can
on.
see some outside comp and you can really feel the outside comp, then I think you start writing down on paper with a
Yeah,
pencil,
and
with a pencil.
respectfully, I don't really care about because if the shoe was on the other foot,
Yeah.
y'all know how the conversation would be
Yes.
had. So
Yes,
I don't
he is.
really, I'm not
But
here for it.
that don't
I
matter,
understand,
bro.
like they
Bills,
gotta
See?
make
I
some sense of some
understand.
shit,
That's
but
what I'm
don't make
talking about.
sense.
It's
I
It
selfish,
understand
don't
what you're
make
bro.
saying.
Already,
sense.
Look,
they already named
Bills. I
Watson the
understand what
starter.
you're
And
saying,
that's
and we
selfish, bro.
understand
Niggas
it's
is
an
thinking
uphill
selfishly,
battle.
bro.
Look, Bills, I understand what you're saying. I understand it's an uphill battle. But my issue is I don't feel like bitching and moaning about uphill battle. I'd rather run the fucking hill. You dig? Run the hill.
That's
If
what I'm
you're gonna run the
saying.
hill, go ahead and go through the process. And that's fine because guess what? When he gets put as a number one starter, that pencil ain't gonna be no pencil.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
permanent
permanent
marker.
marker.
That's exactly
That's what I
right,
keep
King. You
trying
did
to
it.
say, bro.
And
You
I
did.
can
If he
say,
beat the
but
nigga,
I got
Cause
told
it's
that
gonna be King. It's gonna be
you don't wait till the
undisputed.
that's what I'm
preseason
It's
to
gonna
name
be
saying,
somebody.
bro.
That's what
undisputed.
I was told.
Trey,
You
who
don't
they
wait
gonna
till the
play in the
preseason
first
to name
preseason
Hey,
game?
somebody.
what's
Trey,
up, Saint?
who they gonna play in the first preseason game?
Whoever.
The
They're
Bears
playing.
backups.
No,
They're
no,
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 playing
the
no, no.
Bears. The
Shedeur.
Bears the first
Shedor's
No,
preseason.
I'm saying
playing.
what quarterback is gonna
Shedeur.
play, or is they both gonna
Shedeur.
split?
Shedor's playing.
No, bro. Honestly, you probably gonna
No.
see at least three quarterbacks in your first
No,
No.
preseason
That's
game.
not what Monkey
Todd
said.
already said it, bro.
Monkey said each one gonna get their own
Their
game.
own
Their
game.
full
And that's
game.
what I'm
And
saying.
he
So
and
They're
if you
not
wait
playing the
after
full
the
game.
I
They're
don't
not
think
playing
they're
the
gonna
no,
full
it's
play
gonna
game.
be
the
the
full
first
game.
half,
They're
bro.
gonna
No,
split the
me
game
and
up.
Gonna be the
Meaning
first half.
To be
Deshaun.
honest with you,
He said start to start, but they're not going to play the
personally,
full
I
game.
don't like the whole play the full game because y'all
Nah,
know
you
Bro,
never
they're
play the
definitely
full game,
not
bro.
playing a
No,
full
they're not gonna
preseason
play the
game,
full
bro.
game.
Nah.
Deshaun
It,
gonna
it
start his own
it's gonna be
game,
Deshaun,
and maybe
Dillon,
Dillon to come
and that's
in,
Green.
and
fine.
then
And
No,
that's
no,
Deshaun.
fine.
Shedeur going to come in after Deshaun.
They
Like,
ain't
To be
going off no
honest,
quotes,
though,
Ed.
after
No, no,
Deshaun.
no.
No
Tom
quote.
Lundy say he's not doing it that way.
They might
They
That
gonna
go.
start
makes
their
no
own game.
sense.
They might
They
go
will
Deshaun and then
probably
Taylor
start their own
Green,
game and then
Yeah,
bring in Dylan Gabriel and
Exactly,
yeah.
rebuild
bro.
it.
and then
And then the next
Shedeur and
game,
Dylan
Shedeur
Gabriel.
will start his
That
own
Yeah, because
game.
literally
it
makes no
don't
sense.
make no sense to play somebody a full preseason game.
Yeah,
You're
they're
not
not
gonna
gonna
get
play the
a
full.
you're
No,
not gonna
I'm
get an
saying
evaluation that way.
if Shedor's behind, but like, isn't that how it goes? You play
No,
the
no,
second
No,
string
To
no,
quarterback.
be honest,
no,
no.
no.
I've never
It really
seen
depends
they
on
go
like.
Play a full game.
from the first string quarterback to the third string quarterback. I've never
What you
seen
Here's a
mean?
better question.
yeah.
Do y'all
That
have
happens.
joint
They
practices
did
with these
that with
teams?
Jackson Dart last year. He didn't
Yeah.
play all the
Okay,
games.
No,
so y'all had joint practice with all these teams.
Who?
Wait, what?
no,
We
just
last year we
Buffalo.
had it with the Eagles. Last year was with the
Because
We have a
Eagles.
I'm gonna
joint
tell you
practice with
something. I'm gonna tell you
Buffalo on
something.
August
Quiet as
20th.
kept. I could see a situation where Todd Monk's giving the ones that of one guy in the joint practice and then starting the other guy and then
Deshaun
flip
getting the
flopping it.
Todd
ones.
Well,
Monk has
Deshaun
already said Deshaun Watson
Yeah,
is going to
the-
end up
he gonna
starting
get the
for
ones in
the
joint practice.
for the Bills
joint
game.
And that's
practice.
fine. So if that's the case, then Shedeur might
Shedeur-
start the actual preseason game, and then he might flip flop it going into the next game. Like I
So,
said, this is all written in pencil. It ain't written in
this shit
pen.
is
so
crazy,
My
Trey,
man.
my
assumption
thing
is
is
I
this,
this,
swear,
though.
Trey.
This is
because
my assumption.
Go ahead,
niggas was
go
no
ahead.
real
Is
quick,
there
y'all.
three preseason
Go
When
ahead.
you
games? Is there
said,
three
when you
preseason
said,
games?
They're
when you
not playing
said
the last
name
Is
one.
there
them,
three preseason games?
Yes, there's three. They're not playing
yeah,
the last one,
My
more than
assumption
likely.
it's going to be since Deshaun's
I
getting the
need
first
AZ
team
in
reps of
here, so.
the joint practice, it's going to be Shedeur start the first preseason game.
Exactly.
Deshaun start the second preseason game.
Which is
Whoever's
going
the
to be
starter
harder.
is going to play one series of that third game.
Exactly. And Deshaun Watson's
Okay.
getting the harder.
Okay.
He's
Because the
getting the
way
harder
I swear to
game
God, AZ
because the
told me
Bills are
it
going to
is
start their starters.
dysfunctional to
But
name for your team to name your starter after the second pre. He told me that
so
was dysfunctional.
But it's only
why is it
dysfunction.
He
dysfunction?
It's
But
brought
only
why
the
is
this,
it
quarterback
dysfunction?
competition, though.
bro.
Because if you're
No,
going
because
into
it was dysfunctional because they
Yeah,
thought
niggas.
Watson was going to win, and now I guess it's not
but
dysfunctional
here's my
anymore.
thing, right? There's nothing
Because
dysfunctional
like I
about
said,
it.
if the
You
shit was
just need to be
flipped, everybody be saying
They
Shedeur,
they're
you're
not
done.
patient,
you have
bro.
to have your
You're done,
roster
son.
set if you ask me by your third preseason game. Like by your third,
Nah, I'm about to
shit
leave,
should be in
Melly.
stone.
That's where I'm standing now.
You
That's
said
what I'm
what?
saying.
Trey,
Nah, I'm talking.
Trey,
Yo.
Straight.
when you said about they probably should name it after the first preseason game, right?
Sure, in pencil.
So this is my
Wrapped
thing
with
with that.
beautiful
If you only
graphics
see
on all
if
sides,
it's the
yes.
first
We'll be for us.
preseason game, right?
We're
And
bringing
you
the
only
butcher
see
shop to you.
Deshaun and Taylor
We
Green,
actually have that
right?
full
You
thing.
haven't
It's
seen
a full
Shedeur play
spread.
the
It's a
preseason
beautiful
game, so
walkthrough
why
experience
name
with
the
this hat.
starter?
So that's what we don't know, Felton, and that's where we have to be honest. If we see Deshaun and Taylor Green in the preseason game, then it is very reasonable to assume one of two things. A, Shedeur had all the reps in the joint practice, and they saw everything they needed to see. Or that nigga's hurt. And that's where, like, because honestly, let's be real here, it wouldn't make sense not to play him, except for those two reasons. So at the end of the day, like I don't really have any worries or concerns. It's perfectly fine for them to have this decided by the end of the first game. Because we gonna get an evaluation either through those joint practices or the game itself. Either way, because they play those joint practices like they're live reps.
No, but Trey,
Exactly, bro.
real quick, because you know the first preseason game has no joint practices, right?
I
No.
did not know that. That's why I'm asking this
That's what I'm
question.
trying to tell you. Yeah, the
No,
first
that's
joint
why I'm
practice
asking this
comes
question.
the second preseason against the Bills.
Then
Exactly. And
you're
he's
probably
still
gonna
gonna
get a final
play.
evaluation after your second game. That's really what's gonna happen.
Exactly. He's still gonna be
They
practicing
might
it.
actually
Y'all making it seem like
they might have this
just
everything
because Deshaun
preseason
Watson is
starting
gonna
joint
start
practice.
and start with the first team in the in the joint practice that Shedeur's never gonna play in that. No.
They
And to
might
be
They're still
honest,
rotating.
they might
just
have
let the
it
process
done by
build.
the
It's
joint
cool.
practice.
That's what we've been saying. And I've been
That's
trying to
what we're
say that,
saying.
and y'all ain't
I
y'all
don't
ain't
know.
been
But
listening.
see, I'm asking these questions because we got joint practices with every like our first two games. I'm trying to figure out what y'all situation
It's
is.
just one. The
I like
Bears
the
declined.
process
The Bears
of I
declined.
like the
That's why it would
process
have been
of
both, but the Bears declined.
whoever's performing the best, keep getting them reps with the ones. I like that process. Like if I got a
Exactly.
player, if it's a quarterback battle
It's about to
competition
start.
going on in camp, and I got one quarterback that's looking better than the other one, I'm going to reward that quarterback with first team reps to follow in practice. Like that's the process. Like I'm a fan of, and
The
then
problem
eventually,
with that though, bro, and I love what you're saying because I typically would agree with you. The issue is this, right? In football, people have good days and people have bad days. And that's not just isolated to the quarterback. That could be someone on the line. That could be someone on the defense having a good day and a bad day. And if you don't know what's what and what's true, that's why you got to have a wide survey of data so you can make a good educated decision. I could be
Exactly.
continuously pounding around like the Deshaun 1 reps because for some reason my DBs ain't gotten right.
Hey,
So they look good,
leave
so I'm
my
gonna give them
boy,
some more. And
Joe
they look
Thomas
good, so I'm
alone,
gonna give them
bro.
some more. But Shedeur look good on
I gotta
twos,
go
but how
run
do
to
I grade this
I
looking
gotta
good
go
on
run to
twos against the ones? And are the ones just having a shit go of it right
I
now
gotta
because
go
they're figuring
run
shit
to
out? You
the
dig?
doctor. I gotta go do a
So if
quick
you give it an
doctor visit real
even
quick. So I'll be
smear,
right
you could
back.
get a
What y'all want
very
me? Y'all want me to
even
just
data
leave the
set of what's
stream
real and
on, or
what's
do y'all
not.
want to hear them talking as well? What y'all want? Tell me what y'all want before I
Okay,
leave.
I get that. I get that.
Let me know.
I
Let me
just
know.
don't see
Let me know.
My
Let me
whole
know.
like
point of this
if some.
conversation is trying to save him or put him in late is not helping him.
Only gonna be going
That's
for
my
like
whole
30
thing.
minutes. I'm going right around the corner, bro. This
I
is what
just
I'm
don't
talking
think
about,
you
bro.
gotten nothing from him. You
That's what
haven't
I'm
gotten
saying.
nothing from him.
Y'all talking
Like
about save himself, bro. Like if the coach, like bro, your coach, the job of the coach is to fucking make sure that players are prepared so they go on the field so they can go out there, play free and play loose.
Hey King, where the live
That's what
stream
the
at,
coach
bro?
is supposed to do. It's on.
So King,
Oh,
real
hold
quick.
on, where's
Oh,
it at though?
yeah.
Where's it at though? I need, shoot me the link, good brother.
No, but King. So are you saying that Tom Lunkin don't think he's ready, or he feel like he wants to get him more ready?
He want to get him more right. You want to get him as much as possible. Y'all ain't never been like on a team where like there was a freshman player and the freshman player was like nice and he was on varsity. Or they wanted to bring him up to varsity, but they're like, nah, we're gonna let him play a couple games down in, with the freshmen, and then he's gonna go up to JV. He's gonna play a couple games with the JV, and then we're gonna bring him up
I don't
to
know.
varsity, and then when
This
he
is
get to
that.
varsity, we're not gonna
This is the
start him. We're gonna bring
NFL.
him off the bench, and then once we feel like he's really
If
good and
you're not ready
confident,
week
caught up,
one,
then boom.
week
You know,
four is
you
not
know what
any
the
different.
NFL stands for?
Bro, that y'all just living in fear. Y'all living in some type of fear, nigga. I'm not
So
fearful. If the nigga get
here's my
13
thing,
games, he
King.
gonna win. He gonna win.
I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying, but I don't disagree. You dig? Like I feel like saving is not what's taking place here. I think Todd Monken is having some very contested conversation with people in that office about what's what and what's what. Because at the end of the day, everything that we've seen has pointed to that Shedeur Sanders has had the best camp. Everything objectively, everything objective is pointed to that. But the question then becomes, okay, is this real or is this simulated based off of what we're seeing and what he's able to do with around this team?
Johnson,
So
Luke Whippler,
your best evaluation
Levinson,
is going to be
Titus
that
Howard
first preseason
getting
game,
those first reps with the
and
starters
then
on
it's
the
going to
offensive
be
All right, I'll turn him
that
with
joint
the
practice.
twos, so it makes me
Because
wonder.
those
I
two
see Parker
things are going
Brailsford's
to
over
give
there in
you
shorts and no helmet,
undisputed,
but I don't see
irrefutable,
Elgton
unbiased.
Jenkins.
I'm about to go on my
Well,
phone. I'll be
Jenkins,
back, yo.
who's out
I'm
there
sorry.
in shorts, no helmet.
Well, is
I'm
this
saying
once?
niggas
Because
are
Deshaun's
just
out
worrying
there.
about
Deshaun's
seeing this
still
nigga
out there.
play,
They
bro.
swapped the whole line
Niggas
out.
just worrying
So they
about
have
seeing this
the
nigga
second
play,
line
and they
out
just
there,
want to
then
see
we
this
have one
nigga play for
skill
selfish
guys
reasons, bro.
that are
I'm
able
not
to
that
go
selfish dude,
exactly.
bro.
And Casey
I want this
Brissett, you
nigga
know,
to have
has
a
a
long
helmet
career. I
on,
want
so
this
he's
nigga
going
to
through this,
be as
which
good
which
as
is
is good
good
to
to
possible. I
see.
see.
want to see
He's
this
running
nigga
out
play
there
Running
every
well
well.
on that
Sunday
Yeah.
field right
for the
now.
rest of his
But
career.
so
These niggas just want to
that's
see him
interesting. If
to see
Elton's
him because they
maybe
scared they ain't
oh
gonna
there
see
is
him.
Elgton Jenkins. I'm
I'm
pretty
not that
sure
nigga, bro.
next to Coach
I'm not
Warhop
like niggas
where he
not looking
specs
at
him
it
with
as
no
if it was
helmet,
their
and I think
kid,
that's
bro.
Elgton
If it was
Jenkins.
my
So
kid,
Your eyes are so much better.
nah,
and
bro,
so
coach, make sure my
Eagle
kid's
eyes
ready,
over
bro.
here. Good
If
God.
my kid
Like
not ready
basic,
week
baby.
1,
Like
don't put my
serious.
kid out
not
there
many
just to
years
put him
ago.
out
I'm
there,
telling you
bro.
though, I'm starting to get the age where now with my
Don't
phone
force my
sometimes
kid
on a
into the
menu
fire
in a
and
dimly
try to
lit
have him learn through
restaurant,
the fire
and
if he don't
while I'm
got no
searching
fucking
for
fire
something to put
resistant
my
vest
gum in,
on or
which is a
nothing.
problem.
I
By
don't
the
do
way,
that to my
maybe
kid.
he takes over the
Don't
role.
do
Maybe I'll
that.
pitch my idea to him.
These
Is
niggas be
it the
talking about how
same
much
idea? He has
they
a
want
kid
you
with
to do the
you.
workout and
Say
all
it
this
a
other
little
stuff,
bit,
but
man.
they rather
No,
put
you
him in the
can't say
worst
it publicly.
position.
Don't say it
Oh,
publicly.
you
Don't
can't
let
sit
it
down
be
and
another
you
argument.
can't have
Yeah, we
everything
will.
We'll
made
circle back
perfect
on
for
that.
you and
We
stuff.
will.
Well, if
Absolutely.
4 weeks I
Couple
can
of
get a better O line, I
notable
can get better play
housekeeping
call
things
and
to take
everything. Well, give me the
care of
fucking
here.
4
No
weeks
Mike
later.
Hall again today.
Nope.
I don't need to
We
see
don't
the
see
nigga
him out
play.
here. I
We
also
ain't
do
see
not
the
see
nigga play
Mason
for how many
Graham
games last year?
again today. You were listening in
Yes,
with
sir.
And
Coach
when he
Monk.
got in,
Were
he had a coach
either of
that
these
didn't do
things
nothing
addressed
for him.
by the media
Now we got a
members?
coach that
Not
want to do something
specifically,
for him,
which
and they getting mad that the
was a
coach
bit
wants to fucking do
surprising.
something for
He
him.
was asked,
Like, what are we
are you
talking about?
concerned at all about
I don't know,
any of
man.
the
I'll be
defensive
back.
tackle injuries being long term?
Make sure I charge my
He
headset,
didn't
man.
really
I'll be back.
answered per se.
I'll
And
be
then
on my
just
phone.
kinda pivoted to, well, we need guys here for practice.
I'll be on my phone.
He kind
So
of
I'll be in the
suggested
chat
that no, he's not concerned about
or
it being
something.
long term. If I had to listen back, don't quote me
But
on
yeah,
that.
man,
He
that shit's
pivoted, though,
annoying,
hey,
bro.
we've
Cause
had signed
niggas
a
just
couple
wanna,
guys.
you ain't
Did
gonna do,
yesterday,
like, bro,
Kosai
shut up,
Izer, the guy
man.
that's bounced around, a former Penn State.
Shut up.
Hey there,
Y'all gonna
thanks
be
for
getting
stopping in
spammed
What's
by
What,
ads too.
Bro
That's about to
Plan?
be nasty. Hold on, let me try to get
Yep,
ad
keeps
block.
Saturday.
And he's in with our twos because not only is there no Mike Hall, not only is there no Mason Graham, not only is no Malik Collins, we're also without Sam Kamara now.
Yes.
Yep.
He was asked about Sam Kamara. He was asked at the beginning of the presser, do you think Sam Kamara needs surgery? And he said no.
And Kalia Davis. Your top 4 of your top 5, Aiden Huntington, I would say probably is your 5th defensive tackle right now, are not available to you today.
Actually, you know what Aiden Huntington is right now? Your number 1 defensive tackle.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I mean, that's a lot early.
It's a lot early. And yesterday, I'll tell you what, those backups, Aiden Huntington, Chapman, number 62, Elijah Chapman, they did a good job in the run game.
That name just fits the voice.
Oh, it fits it perfectly.
So perfectly, it's hard not to do
Elijah Chapman. So now Shedeur in there with the twos. Again, just perfect operation. So what's interesting, Hoff, is in the first 5 days of camp, we're on day 7 now, the first 5 days of camp, these perfect operation drills would be taking place on 2 fields simultaneously. And one of the things that became very interesting was you could see who was getting in and out of the huddle faster because they were doing the exact same plays, and then it would continue into actually the first set of kind of team period, and you could see who's getting out of the huddle, and one field often would end up a couple plays ahead of the other because they were just quicker with the process. That was typically the veterans with Deshaun Watson.
Did Coach mention why he's decided to focus everything on one field now here at this point in training camp?
No. My only thing would be, do we just not have enough?
Numbers. Yep.
We might not have enough on the defensive line
to do two. I mean, there might just not be enough to do that.
That's
the
an
only thing
astute observation for our sophisticated football audience, Bo Bishop.
It was so efficient the other way. You got double reps.
Right.
Now you got 60% of the people out here standing. So this is not the way Todd would want it, I wouldn't think.
Can we address the quarterback thing, too? The report yesterday from my friend and former colleague, not the other way around, not my former friend and colleague, but my friend and former colleague at NFL Network, Cam
Details
Wolf.
matter here.
Yes, it does. Joe, you know Cam. He and our great friend Brian Baldinger were talking yesterday during practice. They were live on ESPN, NFL Network, or both. I don't even know what is what. And Cam said that he had spoken to Todd Monken before practice and that Monken had laid it out. One of the guys, Shedeur, Deshaun, is going to start week 1 of the preseason. The other guy is going to start week 2, and then hopefully the week 1 in Jacksonville starter would be the guy in week number 3. So that went viral last night. He was asked about it today, and Todd pushed back and said, I think Cam misunderstood me a little bit. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, but he clearly did not want to commit to that and kind of say, well, like, what if we figure out the starter before the first preseason game? And then we would have that guy start, and then you know who it's going to be, and then so be it. I think in the end, that's how it turns out, meaning Cam is right. One guy gets 1 week, and the next guy gets week 2, because that is logical. But it was very clear this morning that Todd Monken did not want to lock into that and very, very calmly and respectfully push back against that report.
This reminds me of Yogi Berra, who said it's like deja vu all over again.
It is a little bit, yeah. It's a little bit.
Speaking of the Yankees, I was at the Guards game last night, and it was the Mets in town, not the Yankees. And in like the 8th inning, a Yankees suck cheer breaks out.
There we
go.
I'm
like, it's the Mets.
Oh.
More bad things about
Erroneous.
the Mets.
Erroneous.
It would be hard. Let's just call it what it is. We have not seen great quarterback play, period.
That is fair.
You're calling balls and strikes there, buddy.
That is fair to say.
We have not seen good offensive ball yet. It hasn't
see
happened.
talent.
It's been, yeah, for sure. And you've seen, you could argue, I would have said before his absence as Mike Hall came out the best player in camp.
Yep.
I think Denzel Boston is right there.
Yep.
On that list, which is incredibly positive for everybody. And he shines in one-on-ones. He shines in when he's with the twos and we're running on, field simultaneously. But as an offense at large, it just has not clicked yet at all.
All right, Deshaun in the shotgun. Denzel Boston out there with Judy. Sends fan in motion, comes down, hits Quinshon Judkins. So these are your first down plays here in this team portion. We're going to get about 16 plays. Probably 8 with the first team, 8 with the second team, it looks like. Or it could go 4-4-4-4, 8 first team, 4 second, 4 third. We've seen that kind of creep in of late there. But Deshaun Watson needing a good day, and I think really needing to push the ball down the field a little bit.
It's been the biggest, most noticeable thing. While nobody has played great offensively, quarterback in general, Shedeur Sanders, Joe, is willing to push the ball down the field. We talked to Bernie about this yesterday. The other two quarterbacks, and obviously competing with Deshaun, much quicker to get to check downs and to not push it down the field at all.
So this is my first day at training camp, but the reports from the last few days is that Shedeur's started to take some nice steps forward. And if you had to call it right now, Kentucky Derby, first turn, potentially Shedeur is taking some nice steps towards winning that job. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but you're seeing that progress that you'd hope to see him make during this training camp.
I think so, but no one's secretariat at the Belmont here running away down the back.
No, it is a tight pack.
Slow start so far. Maybe they're waiting for the home stretch.
Yeah, you need the late finish here, but yeah, I agree.
All right, play action right there. Stops, hits Harold Fan, and that was a good job there by Deshaun Watson. Outside rusher, he had to put the brakes on real quick and gets that ball in there to Harold Fan. And so Deshaun early in the gate here, 2 for 2. Nice plays, 1 to Quinshawn, 1 to Harold Fan, and that was a second-level throw. That's a first down where you're going on a play-action first-down play or a second and long.
Yep.
And you go ahead and you get that, and a good ball there from Deshaun Watson.
And remember, folks, no pads today. So we've had pads the last 2 days, but not today.
No pads, no starters on the interior of your defensive line. And at the second level, no Carson Swessinger, Easton Mascarenas-Arnold, who has really impressed the coaches and his teammate Quincy Williams, who I talked to earlier today. All right, Watson under center now. He's got Fan and 2 tight ends, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Turns around inside, give to Quinshawn, and he gets wrangled up there by number 64 on the defense as we're going deep. That's Tyreek Sapp out of Florida.
The rookie, not related to Warren,
Interesting.
by the way, if you're wondering.
But that's where
we're at.
That's
you just
where
said
we're
a name
at.
yeah.
Undrafted rookie. Now, he was here in rookie minicamp. At least he's been here a few months. At least he's been here.
Look at that pattern on the blazer today, folks.
It's a fine-looking.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at
You're
this.
actually on today. The camera.
You're on today.
You're on
Look at
today.
a little
Smile for the
face.
camera.
Yeah, baby.
Well, come on. I mean, you wear a jacket like that, you know you're going to be on camera. Come on.
It's just a Wednesday.
Yeah.
He's got one every day of the week. He's got one of those.
Is it Wednesday?
It's just
because we've officially hit the point in training camp where you forget what day it is.
They do bleed. They do tend to bleed together a little bit, yeah.
All right, Shedeur Sanders first rep in, play action. The running back kind of comes up the middle, choice route out to the right, hits Raheem Sanders there. One thing about Shedeur, and I'm curious, Joe, to have you watch this, was last year at times he was an enemy of his offensive line. What do I mean? That when you start drifting in the pocket, especially for tackles, when you're trying to push speed rushers up the field, you need him to stay in that pocket. I think he's done a much better job in this camp thus far of staying in the pocket, climbing the pocket, but not drifting back.
That was one of the things you saw at Colorado a lot, and one of the things you knew he was going to have to correct coming to the NFL was when pressure happens or when he's trying to buy time, he would always back up and try to leave the back of the pocket. Well, it worked pretty well that first preseason game against Carolina, and the problem is if something works well, then you're going to do a little bit more of that thing. But unfortunately, the defense is allowed to watch film also, so they started rushing to the point where he was going to be, right? And then the problem started. But you saw, as the season went on last year, him understanding to climb in the pocket instead of trying to always escape. You guys remember Baker Mayfield? He always wanted to escape to his right. It's very normal for a rookie, a guy coming out of college, where, you know, defenses in college, they don't have the scouting reports. They don't watch quite the film that you do in the NFL, where you start getting away with something, it becomes a habit, how you leave the pocket, right? In the NFL, they figure that out, and you got to be able to break those bad habits. Seems like Shedeur has been doing that last season and is doing a much better job of that so far in training camp.
All right, little pitch out there to Rocket Sanders. Nice block from Spencer Fano, who gets a reach out there to the safety. Chris Edmonds gets a George Warhop onto the field.
He's excited.
He got excited about that one to give him a little bit of a 5 there. And I want to go back to play before. A nice little reverse or end around there
to
Denzel Boston, who showed some good speed. And by the way, Spencer Fano from left tackle all the way out in front. Now, if you got to spend time with him, I can say this because I was there. Spencer Fano could not speak, and at one point he's like, "I'm just so nervous."
Did he find you guys?
Talking
Finally
that was their
we did.
That was their first face to face. It was really cool.
So can I tell you a story?
When we had him in, he was so excited to get to meet you. Couldn't. That's awesome.
Beside himself.
The day he signed, or the day he got here, so the day after the draft on Friday, he flies in, and I did a sit down with him in the field house there, and he's doing the photos. Matt Starkey, our great photographer, taking the pictures, and he's got the helmet and all that. But he's looking around. And in the field house, for those who don't know, all the greats, including the great Joe Thomas, have their pictures hanging there. He saw you up there, and he took his camera out, and he took pictures of your banner hanging up there in the field house.
it's crazy for me to even hear that. I mean, you guys know me. I'm just feel like I'm one of the boys and never did anything exceptional or worthy of note, of course. I was really nervous before my interview with Spencer this morning as well because I was so excited to meet him.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I was a fan of his. I was very excited when we drafted him. Heard the stories from guys like Siciliano that were in the building and had him on draft night, how excited he was, mentioned my name, which was very humbling on my part. But I was actually in El Salvador on a mission trip that weekend of the draft. Poorly timed. I blame the wife. But either way, I had brought my Starlink specifically so me and Jack could get the NFL draft because, you know, El Salvador, not the greatest wireless or cell phone service down there. But we were able to follow the draft, and Dan Murphy, the great PR director here with the Browns, gave me Spencer's number, and I texted him, and I was trying to FaceTime him the whole time, every time I would get back to the hotel to connect and, you know, get a chance to meet him and talk to him, and never was able to do that. And then, of course, after you get drafted, it's chaos, right? Rookie minicamp, and you're busy with things. So we were never able to connect until today. And so the fact that he came up to me and could barely speak and said he was so nervous, I was like,
so great.
You don't have to be nervous. I'm the one that's nervous. I'm so excited to meet you. I can't wait that I get a chance to meet you, and you're going to be here, and I'm going to get a chance to be in the meetings with you. And very excited that my coach, my mentor, George Warhop, is the one that's helping coach and develop and mentor him. I think he's in great hands.
You know what's also
awesome.
cool is, and this was yesterday after practice, I don't know if you saw this, Todd Monken made a big point of talking about it today, is he's getting the mentorship from you. He's also getting some firsthand teaching after practice from a 25-year-old in Jared Verse. And they worked together yesterday. A bunch of people filmed it. It kind of went viral. Just like 5 reps there. And Monk said he stood there watching Verse tutor Fano after practice. And Monk said that after those 5 reps, he was like, he got better. Like, I could see him get better each rep. He said Jared Verse is a unicorn, that no one else does that compared to Brock Bowers at Georgia with his leadership, and said that Fano was going to get so much better specifically because of how Jared Verse is helping him along.
My rookie season.
Sound familiar?
Yep. My rookie season, Willie McGinnis was the outside linebacker, defensive end, played over me. You know, Super Bowl champion, multiple All-Pros. He would do that with me every day. And you're going to improve so much more hearing it from a guy that's going against you because he's specifically looking at how do I beat this guy?
Yep.
And to share that information with you, it unlocks a part of your brain that you don't really get when you're in the offensive line room because you're so focused on, you know, how do I fit with the guy next to me? What's the play? What's my technique? You're not thinking as much at this point, certainly of the season, of what are they doing to try to break me down? Where are my weaknesses? But to hear it from that guy, all of a sudden, it takes your thinking and your higher level understanding of what you need to do on the field on any given play to that next level. And then I was able to pay it forward to Myles Garrett when I had hurt my elbow and was out for the season and got to spend a lot of time working with Myles and helping him understand, like, what is he doing that an offensive lineman is going to try to take advantage of. It worked out for him, all right.
Before we get to that, tune into Training Camp Insider presented by Gregory Industries.
That's right.
An in-depth look at this year's Browns training camp. Enjoy practice highlights, exclusive player coach interviews, analysis from Z, Siciliano, the Hoff, Batonio, and Mr. Kozar. Be sure to check out Training Camp Insider on the Browns official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Browns and clevelandbrowns.com. A special edition of Cleveland Browns Daily continues. Dr. Z, what did you see?
All right, right there, Deshaun Watts with a great dig to Casey Concepcion. Great to see him there. Deshaun dropping back again, rips it middle of the field, a little high, but good catch by Jerry Jeudy on a deep comeback. And so Deshaun throwing with confidence. It's the best we've seen him thus far.
Driving it, Z.
Driving it, yes.
the ball.
Yeah, the arm is strong. It's that consistency and the willingness, and right now he's seeing it. He's being decisive, and he's putting him on him. And by the way, on that Casey Concepcion one, if that was tackled to the ground, I don't know that anybody gets him to the ground.
No.
And that's what's going to be fun to watch when we get into live games. But Shedeur's 4 plays for Shedeur. The last 2, Spencer must have got excited. We were talking about him. He jumped off sides on the next play, the right guard, and Todd said, that's it. That period's over. Deshaun out here, 2 plays now, 2 for 2. In the shotgun, Concepcion in the slot to the left. I think that's Isaiah Bond, wide left. Concepcion motion, right in front, inside, give to him. No, Deshaun keeps it.
Pulled it.
Little read option right there. And so some of the things that were in that Baltimore offense with Todd and with Travis Schweitzer that were in for Lamar are still in more so when Deshaun's out there. Not a ton. I mean, we're not going to be a quarterback run first team, but some of it is in there.
You got to utilize all your talents, right? You got to know what your personnel does well and try to cater your offense a little bit. Obviously, we don't know who the starting quarterback's going to be, so you're doing the broad strokes of what the offense could look like. But you want to give a guy like Deshaun the opportunity to run and showcase those skill sets if that's the thing that can help unlock part of this offense and make it multidimensional. Like Kyle Shanahan always used to say, make them defend every blade of grass.
Bang 8 right there. Again, another nice ball from Deshaun. Got a bounce in his step today on the slant to Jerry Jeudy. It's the best that he's looked thus far for any even one period, honestly. Ball did not hit the ground. So Dillon Gabriel now is going to get this second team reps right now, or third team as it may be, as they went 4 with the 1s, 4 with the 2s. So they only got 2 plays off. 4 with Deshaun again, and the ball did not hit the ground in Deshaun's period, which is, again, the best that he's looked. And now it'll be Dillon Gabriel, who's had a very solid camp in terms of his ability to operate this offense.
It's the first time, I mean, we're 7 practices?
Yep.
It's the first time I've seen Deshaun on consecutive, and this was 3, down the field.
Well, that's how it's supposed to look.
Yeah,
right?
it is, and it finally did, like, drive it. Like, hit spots, hit, plant, and throw. I mean, that's the most confident we've seen him.
Yeah, it was quick and decisive and accurate and on time, in rhythm, and the arm looked good. All of it right there. Little jet sweep to Malachi Corley, something he did very effectively for the Browns last year, averaging 9 yards per rush. And he's a guy that's in the mix in that receiver room that is oh so crowded all of a sudden, and that's a great problem to have, I think, if you're the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, think about it last year. No Casey Concepcion, no Denzel Boston, obviously, but Isaiah Bond had not even gotten here. The difference in the receiving room, where Jamari Thrash was your number 3, it's all due respect to Jamari, of course, which I hate to use the phrase all due respect, but it is night and day. We all know it is night and day. Here's Luke Flourier at a little end around.
You and I were talking about this on something that's going to air, online at our various social channels, but it's going to be a bear to make this team a receiver.
He just mentioned that. We forgot about Jamari Thrash. He's been out with injury the last couple of days, and we forgot about him, former 5th-round pick.
I don't know that's the last
be very
2
hard.
spots.
And you've got to be a special teams contributor.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just the reality when you're receiver 5'6". All right, Dillon Gabriel out here now. He's in the shotgun. He's got, is that Cedric Tillman all the way out wide to his left, Cole Wilson in the slot. He's got, looks like
Flourier.
3 to the Flourier as well. So 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Sends the back booth in motion. Fakes the screen. And then a nice ball. And that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
And
it's big time out of Dillon.
Yep. Fake the flat, so that's when you're trying to get them to bite and widen, create the space on that seam. Sometimes you see that go where they're trying to pull the corner on the outside up and then throw it behind them on that gap on the sideline between the corner and the safety. If it's a zone, right there widens them. Perfect ball. Cole Wilson, not a big guy, but went up and got that in stride, bounced off of 2 would-be tacklers and into the end zone.
It's a nice throw. It's got to be on time because you got to worry about where that safety is, right? Because when your eyes are going to that flat route, so is your body language, and you kind of lose track of where that safety is. And if you're a little bit late, that safety can make a play on the football, or he can make a play on your receiver. So you got to have trust between the quarterback and the receiver to make it work. Great job by Dillon Gabriel.
So this is something that has been non-existent in our offense for a long time right there. As we saw that
jet sweep.
Yep, and that was the one where they give them, you actually get the credit for that being a pass, because they give it those little pop pass, hits him right as he comes across. I don't think we've seen that. I want to say going back to 2018.
Well, how about the fact
Baker?
That just overall, Baker used to run that.
And they did one. Remember the one where he faked it in Baltimore? He faked the pop pass, caught it himself, and then threw it to Brashad Perriman.
But we've seen, I think, 4 run plays to the wide receivers already. In we're not even half hour into practice.
No. Yeah. And it looks like coming up here we're going to get a little red zone. So this is where the touchdown for the quarterback tracker. You want touchdown numbers to get up. This is where it should be, and I think we're going to get a lot of action here from the red zone.
This is going quick. We're into some heavy stuff.
20 plays in the red zone here?
All right, Deshaun Watson shotgun sends Fannin in motion left to right. Quick little screen out to Dylan Sampson. Gets a nice block from Fannin and a nice block from Denzel Boston. And it's hard for me to see anybody would have tackled him right there.
Another touchdown. Browns. Mark it as a touchdown, Donnie.
That's a touchdown, Browns.
It's a Donnie in there.
I got to stand up here, boys. Tell me if I'm in the way.
You're fine.
We can see over the top of you.
Yes,
Don't
I know
worry,
this.
Andrew.
It was tongue-in-cheek. I'm not DeJuan Jones over here, buddy.
The Walter Sobchak drop was fantastic.
I'd love to see that.
All right, Deshaun looking. Oh, he's got Flourier.
Back to the end zone.
You could see it from a mile away, and that's where Easton Mascarenas-Arnold.
Luke Flourier.
Not a lot of reps
touchdown.
there. Got lost in that zone. Lost sight there of Flourier, who ran kind of up the middle. from the right slot, got to the back line, then runs right down the line. Deshaun Watson puts it on again, and Deshaun Watson is saying, hey,
Do you think
on.
he's actually saying that? That's a pet peeve of mine.
I
Like
do.
Sports Center guys who go, and then George Lombard says, I'm not messing with that. Do you think that's what he said? Really?
Potentially in his mind, he was saying these things.
Maybe. I mean,
the Jerry Judy, Deshaun Watson. This the ball not hitting the ground.
Yeah,
this is what I'm talking about.
It hit the ground.
It shouldn't. But
we had a series of this 2 days ago, Hoff, where we were doing this red zone, and we were further out. We were like at the 20, but it was situational stuff. They moved it a little bit. Not one ball landed in the end zone.
Oh, wow.
They didn't take a throw into the end zone. It was all check down.
Oh, boy.
So we're a little excited at the fact that the ball's actually reaching the end zone.
I can understand.
I think
it looks sharp.
I think Deshaun's saying, let's turn back the clock to 2020 when I led the league in passing. Now, right there, didn't get the playoff. Monk's out there. But so far, a very good start here for Deshaun Watson to this edition of Browns training camp. And that's encouraging. I want them both to light it up. I want quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
I want
We need the
to feel
offense to
good
get
about
going.
the quarterbacks going forward.
Especially after yesterday where, let's face it, it was not good.
Trips
at all.
left, nobody open. He's going to scramble, slides it into Boston, and that one is broken up there by Rocket Hickman, who's had a very nice camp. And that's, you think about contracts that need to be done. Rocket Hickman's a guy that I think the Browns are going to want to keep here on that. He's signed his restricted free agent tender. He's out there, but you locked up Delpit. You got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren for, this season and 3 more on that rookie deal. Rocket Hickman, though, when you find those undrafted guys and they blossom into something, you played with a guy, Deshaun Gibson, back today, led the league in interceptions, was an undrafted, ended up playing in the league for a long time. Good Jags teams, good Niners teams. Watson had Judy in motion there, gets a little bang 8 right there from Denzel Boston.
Oh, nice throw.
Crossing the face of D'Angelo Ross, and he put it low and away where only Boston could get it. And once again, we say, touchdown Browns.
It's Deshaun Watson's best hand camp so far, and I don't know that there's a second best. I mean, this is it. This is his
big
best
gap.
Yeah.
It is, and interesting, because Sheduer had a very nice day yesterday. Dillon Gabriel here getting the second go at it. And I wonder, I'm guessing then that Shedeur's going to get the next rep with the ones again.
Looks like he's preparing.
That's what he
for
did.
that.
That's what we did yesterday on a couple of these. Gabriel, quick hitter out to Sanders. Good block, but good. Gosh, you see the close right there, Hop, from Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. That's what got people excited. His closing speed is special.
You don't have him in the middle of the field on that one. That might go for a touchdown. But just having that closing speed, being able to come from your safety position on a little quick hitter to the sideline and make the tackle at the line of scrimmage, it's amazing. Like, just that little bit more speed. That's why speed kills in the NFL is the difference between a touchdown and now, hey, 4th and 10, bring the field goal unit out.
All right, so this is Denzel Boston. I'm sorry, this is Dillon Gabriel against the twos. Ball back of the end zone. Floria!
Did he get the feet down?
He got it. The referee says yes.
That's a touchdown.
Another touchdown.
Gas in the back of the end zone, and Floria went up, climbed the ladder.
Can never leave.
Yes. This is amazing.
Yeah. They're putting on a show.
What are you guys talking about? Sloppy. This has been phenomenal.
They're
flawless.
inspired by your Hall of
I'm
Fame
sure
greatness.
they are. Yes.
The Hoff's presence alone is
I
lifting
heard
all
the beef
boats.
was in
They're
town.
inspired by his meat.
They
That's
heard
right.
there were meat sticks on the line.
Let's go.
If there's apple cheddar on the line, I'm doing just about anything. I'm not going to lie. All right, Gabriel shotgun, a little short motion for Blake Whiteheart. He's got crossers underneath. Has to check it down to Malachi Corley.
Malachi Corley might have fought through 3 guys from before.
He
you
might
never
have.
know.
Well, especially once he fumbled the bag with Devontae Adams. He's got to work extra hard these days.
I think it's, and this is, 7 days in?
Yeah.
I just think Dillon Gabriel's been a total pro.
He is a pro. Dillon Gabriel, in my opinion,
Monk said that today, too.
is going to be in this league for a decade and be a backup and be somebody that, like a Case Keenum, like a Colt McCoy, that when you need to come in and steward your organization, he can do that for a period of time. Gabriel looking right. Comes Tylan Wallace, who gets a step there.
On Herring.
And Tylan Wallace had a nice camp as well, and it goes back to that wide receiver position is going to be tough. He's got the history with Monken. He's got the special teams experience as well. But, yeah, Dillon operating very well here.
You go from a situation where a team drafts 2 quarterbacks, you're the first one of the 2.
Yep.
You go to the point where, okay, you might be better than Kenny Pickett. We can go in this direction. We can trade Pickett. You're the guy. To all of a sudden, you're not in a quarterback competition at all. You're wearing a different number. None of that is shown on the field.
No, he's been a consummate professional thus far.
The word Monk used today was class.
Yeah.
Right, he's got trips to the right, finds going back shoulder.
Nice throw.
That should have been caught.
That should have been caught.
That is a good throw. Only place to put it. Jack
Yep.
Stoll's running kind of that little post into Buki Watson, who doesn't have his eyes on him, so he puts it on the back shoulder. Stoll has to be able to whip around and make that catch. Jack Stoll really, though, if we're being honest, not here.
Harold Fannin might make that catch.
To catch the football as much as he's here to block, and that's kind of how he's going to make this football team. And, you know, in that tight end room, we're still waiting. I don't know if there's anything new when you were listening to Coach today,
no.
on Joe Royer, but we're waiting for him to get back. Carson Ryan's had a nice camp, and then obviously Harold Fannin, that's your guy. So what we're doing here in this period is a 20-play period, just a little water break between the first 10.
You gotta hydrate.
And now we're going to hydrate, and my guess is this is going to be Shedeur with the ones getting
looks
his
like
5,
that, T.
and then maybe Deshaun will get 5 more, would be my guess of it. I could be wrong. Taylon Green not getting any reps, but folks, trust me, you're going to get to see him in the preseason, and I think that's going to be entertaining for all of us.
Not a lot of outrage of his lack of reps, I'm noticing.
Well, I've heard sabotage from some people.
I sense sarcasm.
Some people are saying sabotage.
He's being sabotaged.
The Beastie Boys
very
are
smart people
thinking
are
of
saying sabotage.
Listen, all of y'all.
I'm telling all of y'all, it's sabotage.
Yeah, this will be a Shedeur group. He's getting the old noodle loosened up here.
Yeah. And listen, you need it. We've needed it. Deshaun Watson's needed it. And what I want to see is it continue here. We've got this period. Then we're going to get into a little short yardage team situation. And then we've got a couple more scenarios. 4 minutes, and then 4-minute offense, just scenarios. Then a 4-minute where we're going to finish it, move the ball, real football, or as close as you get in these types of environments without pads on or even with pads. But when you move the ball and each play matters, we'll see if Deshaun can. I'd like to see him carry it through. And I'd like to see Shedeur get it going here, because the reality is on his first set of reps, he really only got 2 plays.
Yeah.
He didn't really get a chance to get into a rhythm. He's coming in cold.
Another reason this is encouraging today is this is a shorter practice. I think we've all observed that in a lot of these practices, the offense is better at the end than it is at the beginning.
Yep.
It's kind of sloppy in the beginning, and you know what? They've made some plays, especially Shedeur here 2 days ago when he closed out his practice with that deep ball to Larvadan, right? This is a 90-minute practice. This is a shorter practice. They're in shells, 2 straight days in pads. So for the offense to look as good as it has been, and Deshaun specifically here, out of the gate is very encouraging because they have started slowly.
All right, Shedeur trips to the right. He's got Judy, Concepcion, and Fannin. Out to the left, Denzel Boston. Shedeur in the shotgun from the 6. Looks to the trip side. Casey Concepcion, nice ball.
Squeeze it in traffic.
Right, kind of sits down in that zone, gets it into Casey. I'd have liked that maybe a beat earlier when he first sits at the line, but nonetheless was able to kind of use his eyes to keep the defense away and come back to it.
Yeah, most fans would look at that and say, oh, the receiver ran the route too short. But what they're taught is once they start coming downhill, they have to keep coming.
Yep.
They can't stop, right? That's when interceptions happen. So the fact that he caught it kind of on the half-yard line, not in the end zone, means that the ball needed to be there a little bit sooner and it would be caught in the end zone.
Trips to the right again. Judy on the left, singled up.
There you go.
Looks, comes back and finds all uncovered Quinshon Judkins.
Teddy.
Touchdown, Browns.
We like touchdowns.
All right, this one is going to be from the 4-yard line on the right hash here. Sure, he's going to have Jack Stoll. He's going to have Harold Fannin. He's going to have 2 tight ends in the formation here. He's got Judy, Judkins. We got trips to the left with Bond kind of in a bunch. Bond and the tight end, Stoll, running the crosser. He's looking for Bond in the back of the end zone. Nobody's there. And too late, throws it away.
Tried to find Judy, who was out of bounds even if he did catch it.
Tried to get back inbounds, but that's not, unfortunately, that's not how it works in the National Football League.
Evidently, that's against the rules.
Now we're going to be from the 3 here. And in this area, in the red area, is half in what you did, you know the ball's got to come out quickly if it's in rhythm. There's just not a lot of space for the routes to develop. Otherwise, it's a scramble drill.
Yep, windows are smaller. Decisions need to be faster.
Boston and Concepcion to the right. 2 tight ends to the left. Go empty. Dillon Sampson out there, little jerk route. Look at Denzel Boston use his. Yep. He's the real deal. We've got receivers.
He's real.
We've got receivers here, and a nice touchdown there from Shedeur Sanders. And so offense, again, good rhythm right now.
I think what Todd was going with Sheduer there was get there quicker.
Yep.
Because he was there. It almost got a little dicey. It wasn't.
Well, Reed was right there.
It was almost catch, popped, all of that,
Yeah.
whereas he was open for 2 paces before the ball got there.
That was like the KC one. And so those are things it's good to do to improve upon things that were already successful, right? You say, okay, you got this, but if we can get it a little bit quicker, you're going to get it every time. Little sprint ride option. They're looking for KC. Uh-oh.
Intercepted.
And that's the one. Comes off Tylan Wallace's hand.
Deflected.
Batted up.
Got in there,
Winston Reed with the pick off a deflection.
So they've been running sprint right option. They show sprint right option, but what they're trying to do is get everybody flowing that way and then throw behind the defense. Defense did a good job, got their hand on it. Tips and overthrows, got to get those. They get one interception, and that's one for Shedeur that you can't have in the red zone.
That was Delpit on there.
Grant Delpit, so he gets paid the big bucks.
Yep. You want to see a little bit better sell to that sprint right option across the board from receiver all the way through quarterback to be able to open up that window to come back and throw it right into the middle of the field into the little crack in the defense.
And now Deshaun is back, and he throws a dart. Was that caught?
Flourier, yes, it was.
Flourier, another touchdown.
So Deshaun getting this final set of 5, and again, the ball not hitting the ground. He's looking very good, and that was quick. He had looked the back, and then comes down right to the line, right on the end line, and gets the ball in there. All right, we got Malachi Corley out to the right. We've got, is that Whitehart?
Tillman wide left.
Tillman wide left, Floria slot left. Tight end is Jack Stoll. Quick ball to the out. Little underthrown. I think it bounced.
Bounced it.
Bounce it to Malachi
So he
Corley.
threw it low and away to Corley where only the receiver can get it, but too low and away right at the pylon.
But that's where you have to miss. If you're going to miss, that's where the miss has to be.
Can't miss inside there.
No, can't miss high and inside. That's a pick 6, and that's
100 yards the other way.
All right, Tillman to the right, 2 tight ends, Stoll and Bates to the right as well. Boston one-on-one to left. Throw the ball to 12. Throw the ball to 12. Thank you. And
back
that's
to the
a touchdown.
End zone.
That's first of all, that's a touchdown.
With
is it
a
not?
flag coming out as well. Yes, it is
going to be a hold at the top.
It's a hold at the top of the route. So he comes in and sells that he's run that one. You get the inside, and then I'm going to run on the basically down the back line to the inward breaking, and then breaks it back outside, creates separation, hold of the jersey, yet the ball still right on the money from Denzel. From Deshaun. Denzel Boston, it's just like, man, it's like you see him one-on-one. Let's just go ahead and go that way. Bernie would be, all kinds of adjectives would be being used right now. Yes, and that's where that's got to be. The quick slant beats the linebacker coming over. Ulofoshio low protects his wide receiver, Malachi Corley.
Who looks like a running back.
I'll tell you what.
It clicked for Watt. Something clicked. This is different.
I want to see more of it.
I know.
But this is as encouraging a blip as we've seen
all camp.
Yes.
By far.
This is the overall best quarterback play we've seen all camp.
Yes. And
this
second
is
eighth.
Gentlemen, this is what football looks like right here.
Carson Ryan motions from the right back to the left. They're going to go sprint option left. And it looked like a stumble in the back. We got a flag. Maybe we're going to get a penalty there holding on the defense, and we'll play that one again. But we won't do that right now as we're about to go move on and get maybe to some short yardage all the way on the other end zone. Get the big fellas back. First short yardage period, not in pads, Hoff. What do you think about that?
It's a little bit difficult to run your short yardage plays when you don't have the pads on, but that's one of the things you got to learn when you move to this level, and you're not going to be able to practice in pads that much. During the season, you don't get that many padded practices. Sometimes you're banged up. You don't have 100 guys like you did in college. 53 plus some practice squad guys. You got to learn how to practice while taking care of each other, and that's one of the things they're going to be working on here. Obviously, you want to get your landmark, your eyes, your fit, your hand placement, but then you got to be a good teammate at the end.
You are listening to a special edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. As always, we are presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. special edition of Cleveland Browns Daily and be part of the most passionate fan base in the NFL. Become a season ticket member today. Join us at Huntington Bank Field every home game this season. Visit browns.com/tickets. And the action is coming fast and furious. We are back in some 11 on 11. And Deshaun Watson, his hot streak did continue, and now it is Shedeur Sanders up, Z.
Yep, Sanders in the shotgun. He's got a running back, Rocket Sanders, I think, on his right hip. He's got 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Takes the snap, looking, climbs the pocket, and the field just opens up, and he's going to pick up 20 or 30. Plus, he might even have a hold down the field on the defense there on Gage Larvadan, who was trying to get deep. But Shedeur saw it just kind of parting of the Red Seas. That's what happens sometimes, man coverage. Nobody's on the quarterback. Runs up, gets a big one. But going back to Deshaun, yeah, there's clearly a pep in his step. He's playing well, had a nice kind of a deep in to Isaiah Bond. Came back with another one where was able to buy time, scramble out, find Tylan Wallace coming across the field who'd gotten free from Denzel Ward. And that was a big catch and run. That would have been a big play there. So he looked good. Shedeur with a nice play on that very first one there. So I was wrong. We're not in short yardage, folks. We're in pass downs. Short yardage will be next here. And we've got Shedeur again in the shotgun. Rocket Sanders on his right hip, setter Tillman wide to the right. You've got a tight end in the slot left along with Malachi Corley. They send the running back in motion to the left. Slant into a lot of traffic.
Yep.
Read that one wrong. Should have gone to the flat there. The flat defender didn't bite at all. Hung right into that little hook, curl flat or hook area, and threw it right into double coverage.
You're right. He should have thrown it to Bates because Justin Jefferson, who had that coverage, he got kind of in the wash with Tillman, and then Tillman's defender was kind of a 3-person amalgamation right there.
Oh,
Bates,
amalgamation.
Didn't have that on my bingo card. Was going to take that right up the sideline. That might have been that could have been a huge play.
Yeah.
That was one where he decided where he was going from the look. Which you do. I mean, guys do that in the National Football League. There's nothing wrong with that. But kind of the traffic caused that. Shedeur, a little inside handoff and keeps it himself, so they fake the inside handoff. Hey, everybody stay up here.
Let's behave.
Carson Ryan, Spencer Fano putting Justin Jefferson on the ground there, Huff. You got to tell the rookie, ease up, big fella.
Yeah, it looked like, I think this is a somewhat of a move the ball period. It looked like that was 3rd and short, a little quarterback trap to the inside. Couldn't tell if they pulled a backside tackle, try to create just a little bit of a space, little crack right there, allow the quarterback to bounce forward for a couple yards, get the first down. Not the most exciting play for the fans, but situationally, that's the things that they're working on. Those little plays where you don't always need a touchdown. Sometimes you just need a yard.
All right, they show empty and spread out. They bring it back. Sanders on the left hip, 3 receivers to the right, including the tight end Corley wide to the left by himself. A lot of 3-by-1 in this offense that we've seen. Defense bringing a blitz. They pick it up. Shedeur rips it just a little too high for Floria, who would run a deep stop working against the linebacker Buki Watson. So great recognition of the blitz, great recognition of the matchup, the wide receiver on the linebacker in space, ball just a little high and wide right there. And also, to be fair, if that's Denzel Boston, if that's Cedric Tillman, that's a catch. It wasn't that wide. Floria just has a little bit of a smaller catch radius.
Yep, that's one of the things you're just working on in training camp, right? Getting on the same page with the receivers. They're not all 6'6". Some guys want the ball low, outside. Some guys like those high balls. And just learning what your receiver's preference is, being able to deliver the football in those spots to be friendly to your receivers.
Huff, I want to ask you about Spence, who you had a chance to talk to today. He's rotating on that left tackle with DeJuan. You get a day, I get a day. What will you look for from Spence to lead you to believe that he's ready to be the dude there?
I want to see how he's going to do against Jared Verse, right? And we know that Verse has gotten the better of him up till this point, which is expected when you're going against a Pro Bowl caliber defensive end. You're a rookie. You know, I lived it my first year going against Cam Wimberly, who I think may have made a Pro Bowl or was very close there before I got there.
Double-digit sacks.
And, you know, there's a lot of things that these vets, a lot of tricks and tips that they're going to pull out on you that you've never seen before. And what I want to see is how quickly he adjusts, right? I don't really care where he comes into training camp, but is he just getting a little bit better? Incremental improvement on the offensive line is what it's about. Really, that's the game of football. I mean, let's be honest, that's kind of life. Sure. Can we get 1% better every single day? And so I want to see him get better, see what Jared is doing to him, and find a way to counterpunch that, right? Because that's what's going to tell me once we get to the season and he's going against a new pass rusher every week, that he's going to have a game plan and be ready for those guys to be able to try to take away the things that they do well and force them to their second pitch.
All right, so let's say it is Fano at left tackle, and let's say that DeJuan looks like your swing tackle here potentially.
By the way, DeJuan's having an excellent camp.
He is.
Looked really good.
He looks great. Is 6'8" too big for right guard?
I don't think there's a size necessarily. It just makes it more difficult because you've got to bend and you've got to be much lower. I mean, Jonathan Ogden, when he was a rookie, played guard.
Right.
A lot of people forget that. He
Beckham
played guard
for the Eagles
bumped
when they
him
won
out.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so height is not an absolute. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. Like a tall center, you got to get way down there to be able to get the leverage, get underneath these short, squatty.
Well, we've had for the last 4 years with
Posick, yeah, right. So it can be done. It just makes it a bit more challenging. But I think when you do have your next best lineman as a guy like DeWand, who's 7'9", 590, you're going to have to get him some of those reps because he might be your next best option to go in there at guard, and you need him to be ready. And certainly he's got the size where he's not going to be bull rushed all that often.
No.
By the way, just automatic. We're back at it. Deshaun in the shotgun. They've got Denzel Boston on the single. They trips to the right, single Boston up, slant, crosses the face of D'Angelo Ross. It's too easy. Now Tyson Campbell not out there
I don't see him,
in the teams right now. He's on the side. He's over there. Looks fine, but just maybe get a little team break here. Deshaun in the shotgun again. Dillon Sampson on his right hip. You've got Bond, Flourier, and Wallace to the right. Quick screen out there. Got to get the blocks for Bond, and they do not. Grant Delpit blows that up there. And it was a good job by Miles Harden, who was the one that pushed the initial block that Flourier back that forced Bond to kind of bow that up, and that allowed for Grant Delpit to come clean that up. By the way, Austin Barber also working in at right tackle today with this first team. Titus Howard did it initially. Now he's over on the side again. He looks fine. So I wonder if now Denzel Ward's out there the whole time. Delpit's out there. You just wonder if, with 6 days in a row, Todd Monken being a little judicious with some people.
Also, there is a world in which Titus Howard goes to right guard. Now, I don't think it's going to happen. Monk made it clear today that they would like to see Titus Howard at right tackle. That's why they signed him. But he has played there as well. When we do all the combinations for this O-line, and I know we've workshopped a lot of them, Titus Howard at right guard generally doesn't come up. Keeper here for Deshaun. But I do think that, look, that's a long shot, but keep your mind open to that.
So that was again kind of a read option keeper where they have the guy coming across the formation who would have been running it to his right. Deshaun keeps it, runs left. That was actually Austin Barber, the rookie right tackle, that pulled all the way around to lead him there.
This last little set of plays, they're working on 3rd and medium, so that's like your 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, which gives you an opportunity to do some of these quarterback runs, right? Because defenses are in a tough spot a little bit because they're going to be playing the sticks. They're also not wanting anything over the top of their heads, but you're still within range of being able to get some of these quarterback runs off of misdirection. And so that's what we've seen 2 plays before that. You saw the line actually doing like split blocking. Both sides ran to their sideline that was nearest to them to try to get the defense to spread apart, to give the quarterback an option to run it, or if somebody's open in the flat or down the field, you can throw it. So trying to give Deshaun here at quarterback some opportunities in those 3rd and mediums to use his legs to split the defense, put the defense in a bind, not knowing if it's a quarterback run. Because if the quarterback's a weapon, now it's not 10 on 11 anymore. It's 11 on 11, and it's a bit more of a fair fight. So seeing if that can be part of this offensive package where he can potentially make a case to be the starter and say, look, I am a weapon running the ball in those 3rd and mediums, and then giving the coaches an ability to value that. Hey, how does that help our offense in that situation that all offenses are going to be in critical moments in the game during the season?
Absolutely. Shedeur in now. First one gets a check down out there. And the right play, by the way, to Amani Marshall. Wasn't just check down. Hit him quickly in rhythm and saw that he had space. And that's going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards. On the last one for Deshaun, wanted slants on the backside. They did double slants. Nobody was open. Had to throw it away as the pocket collapsed. Now Shedeur, shotgun, trips to the right again. Amani Marshall on his right hip. The tight end is on the other side, singled up there. And that's going to be a quick inside handoff. Gets a nice block from 63. Runs right off of his
Jeremiah
back.
Byers.
The old 1-by-3 formation. That's a classic in the offensive coordinator's playbook to force that cornerback to determine which side he's going to be on. It gives you a coverage read before the ball is snapped because you just have the tight end on the nub side. You got the 3 receivers and the running back to that side. So it kind of forces their hand pre-snap because they can't disguise quite as much because of the matchup situation with that single tight end to the nub side of the field there.
And we're seeing a lot of that 3-by-1. We have it again this time 3-by-2 as they go empty. Will they keep it? They've got the running back split wide to the right, Corley slot to the right, tight end Carson Ryan comes and ends up in between them, and it's a quick little slant off the backside, and that motion moved the linebacker, created that vacancy, and Shedeur saw it and drilled it right on Luke Flourier, who's having a very nice camp himself.
He is.
He had a good camp last year too.
Yeah.
Last year wasn't it a hamstring that derailed him towards the end of camp?
I think it was. Yeah,
He's a local kid.
He was
It was a
out of the
hamstring.
building for a grand total of 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, and then he stuck around all year working back from that injury.
Have you guys noticed Jared Verse doesn't ever stop talking?
No. And he actually says that.
It's so great. He's such an energy, man. It's incredible. He's such a leader.
There is a 6-minute clip right up now on clevelandbrowns.com at the Browns YouTube page, all the socials, as Jared Verse is mic'd up. And he says in the middle of it, it's great content the entire time. He goes, "You're never going to shut me up. I will not shut up."
He doesn't.
There was a great moment in between that little break that we had right there. In that little break, as Deshaun's going to come back for his final set here, where Deshaun came over. He had just had that really nice period and came over, and Verse was talking with Aiden Huntington. It comes up and daps up, and they have a few back and forth, and it seemed very jovial. And then finally, Verse like, "No, get back over on your side. That's enough. That's enough. You're not on our side. We're not being friends." Like when I play euchre against my wife, I try to. She wants no party when she's on the opponent team. She's like, "We're enemies right now."
Yeah. You're a trash talker in euchre.
Oh yeah.
Are we surprised?
Yeah.
No.
No. All right, Deshaun under center now. It looks like about a 3rd and 4. They bring Concepcion down, condense the formation on the left side, send him in motion, play action fake. That's got to be a quick hitter. Look to the flat, comes back to Harold Fannin, and that was actually a good progression. I think that play was supposed to go to Concepcion. Wasn't there, comes back to Fannin, and looks like they're able to pick up the first down. But Deshaun, decisive today, guys.
It's not, it's just unlike what we've seen.
Which is good.
Which is great.
Offense going fast here.
Yeah, he looks really decisive today.
Keeps it on that one again and gets a nice block from Fannin on the outside. That would have picked up the first down, and that's clearly a part of with Deshaun. And that's one of the reasons why I think we just need to decide. You want somebody to seize the job. Like Deshaun run this for like 5 days in a row, seize it, or Shedeur go hot for 5 days in a row, seize it. But he gives you something in 3rd and short that is clearly that Todd likes, and we're seeing it when he's out there specifically. It is slightly two different offenses.
Here's my question. Let's just build off today. Let's say it's Deshaun. Let's just play along here. Can he hold up running as much as we've seen the quarterback run game today?
It's a fair question. All right, procedure. Oh, offsides on the defense.
He hasn't played a full
DeJuan
season
gets
in
a jump
6
and tells
years.
Jared Verse about it.
It's hard to.
DeJuan fired up. That's a free first down right there.
Love the energy. Love the passion.
Yeah.
Good for him to be able to have one back.
I think this is me. I'm not in the room. You're going to go in the room, go in the meetings, and you'll have a better sense of it than I. But it does feel to me, and believe me, I know I'm a huge DeJuan Jones guy, but it feels to me like he's been one of our 5 best offensive linemen. Is that fair to say?
Fact.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Monk pointed out today he's in the best shape of his life. Now, Todd's only been here for 6 months, but we all agreed DeJuan looks great.
When he's healthy and right, he's really good. We saw that. I mean, he burst on the scene.
Yes.
DeJuan Jones.
It was also 3 years ago.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Look, we got a lot of those. Deshaun's like that, too. It's been a long time.
I mean, he started his career with Bosa and T.J. Watt.
And he was unreal.
And locked all of them up.
Hoff would come on with us every week. We'd talk to him. I mean, it's like Baldy went nuts on him. Remember all that?
Yeah.
I mean, that all happened.
I remember the first day of the Senior Bowl, and DeJuan was one and done at the Senior Bowl. He came in day one of practice. He blotted out the sun. He knocked out a bunch of dudes. He made them all look silly, all comers, and then I'm good.
It.
I tapped out.
You've
and
seen
he
what
stood
you
there
need
and
to
watched
see.
practice the rest of the week.
And some of that draft process probably hurt him in the draft.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he first-round physicality.
All right, so in this short yardage period, we're going to see the same plays because that was the exact same play as the first one with Watson where they sent Concepcion in motion. That time, the linebacker bit, and he was able to throw it out to Flourier. They're going quick again here. So we'll see if we get some of these quarterback runs in. That'll be very interesting right here with Shedeur. And he gave it that time. So it was the same option. He chose to give it there to Rocket Sanders. They pick it up. So this is the short yardage period that we actually thought we were getting the period before when I couldn't read a menu.
Yeah, it looks like they're running the same script, right? So they want to give both quarterbacks the same looks to be able to evaluate them, and I think that's the right thing to do. You saw when I mentioned Deshaun was up, they went fast on that 3rd and 1, which is one of the tactics you're going to try to do, right? Hey, it's 2nd and long. You get to a 3rd and short. Don't let the defense substitute. You get right up on the line of scrimmage. Give your quarterback a run-pass option. Go get an easy first down. We just saw it right there with Shedeur Sanders.
Little play action. Keeper to the left, and he gets a nice block from Fano, your boy Hoff.
I like that.
And that was good. Shedeur's showing good quickness. When you do that, are you hoping the defense wasn't paying that much attention?
To go fast like that?
No. when you're running the exact same plays for the second team because they should have known that ball was supposed to go to Flores.
There's also good sleight of hand there. Good mechanics.
Yes. Well,
ball handling.
Also
yes,
are running
ball handling is the
option type plays, right? So even though it's the same play call, the quarterback has the option.
Right.
Hand it off, pull it, run it himself, and then a lot of times it's a three-way option where he can then throw it down the field rather than just hand it off or run it himself.
All right, so a good short yardage period for the offense thus far. Shedeur under center. Todd Monken.
Oh, he is furious.
Apoplectic.
He is. He looked like he just threw a right cross out of anger.
I don't think you want to be Cole Wilson right there. That felt like.
No,
and you don't want to be Christian Jones, the receiver coach, just caught an
earful. You don't want to be anybody near him right now.
Wow.
He's looking for anybody to.
He does not like
their ear.
bleeping football.
He doesn't like it.
So Wilson was outside last time instead of in the slot.
Look right.
Good ball, Tylan Wallace. Good route right there. Gets a little width, so then when he bends it in, he's got more room. Tylan Wallace, again, very solid camp so far for the Cleveland Browns.
Anyone mic'd up today? I would love to hear how that went.
We will see.
Somebody is.
As we continue on this special edition of Cleveland Browns Daily, we're presented by Valley Bet, official sports betting party of Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. Back in a special edition of Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. Training camp ongoing, some special teams work being done. Time for your What to Watch, presented by Streamline, making streaming easy for sports fans. Follow your teams, leagues, shows, keep track of what, when, and where to watch across streaming platforms. Streamline subscription optimization tools helps fans decide what platforms they need to watch their teams most cost-effectively on. Streamline is a hometown Cleveland partner of the Browns, innovating at the cross-section of sports and technology, solving a real pain point for fans. Learn more, head to streamline.com.
It's awesome. It just pops up. It tells you all the things. Hey, this is what I'm interested in. It'll just, you get a note. This is where it's on. This is where you can watch it. Amazing. This is where you can stream it. This is, and it maps up your month for you and say, okay, if you really want to watch all these things that you've told me you want to watch, these events, here are the platforms you need. Here are the best deals on those platforms at the moment if you're not already a subscriber. And tells you, okay, you can get this one, do the month trial here, and you can drop that because you're not going to need it after this, and it's awesome.
It's a great job out of them. It's a very great job out of them.
Streamline.
We're reverse engineering cable.
Yes, and they're helping you do it.
They're helping you.
Good. In most efficient and time-effective, cost-effective way possible.
Hard Knocks was last night. Anybody see it? Who took it out?
I did. I thought it was great. Full disclosure, I'm hosting the official Hard Knocks podcast for the second straight year.
Can they leave that screen up for more than a second?
I didn't get to the. I watched it before it aired. So did they
barely?
Not put it up
It's not. No, I need that banner up there longer, and I want to know that it's with.
Okay.
The orange jacket, Andrew Siciliano.
Well, episode 1, our post-show pod is with the great Richard Sherman, perhaps future Hall of Famer with the Hoff down there.
That should be advertised in the show.
That should be, yeah.
I think Mike McDonald is going to be a star here, and I think a lot of people think he's like, oh, boy genius with no social qualities, and he's humorless. Like when they won the Super Bowl, he's mic'd up. As soon as it hits 0-0, his celebration is literally, we won the Super Bowl. That's all he said. He's like,
him and Sam Darnold can't take this away from us.
We won the Super Bowl. Yeah. If you watch this show, you're going to see he's funny. He's not a stand-up comedian, but he's got a personality. He keeps a card on his desk of Rex Ryan saying this rookie defensive coordinator is absolutely horrible, which is what he said when he was a rookie DC with the Ravens. And he's like, yeah, I keep receipts too. So he's more than just the stoic guy on the podium who seems humorless. And NFL Films is amazing. I mean, everything they shoot, especially with the beautiful scenic place. Renton is the most beautiful, hands-down training camp and day-to-day facility in the NFL.
Goodness.
It's on Lake Washington. You could stand on the field, and Sam Darnold could throw a ball into the water. You're that close to the water. And so that really is a character as well in the show. I thought it was great.
Awesome. I just watched and go, why can't this be us? This would be so fun. Yeah, they had a linebacker. So this is a 4-minute scenario, and yes, you'd have liked Isaiah Bond, as he is wont to do, got behind the defense, and in that case got behind Denzel Ward right there, but Deshaun Fleshout had to throw it away. So they're doing.
He had 3 or 4 steps.
Oh yeah, just put it up there, baby.
Did I oversell that, Hoff?
No. 1st and 10 on the 47. There's a minute 28 to go in the game. Offense is up 1. They have 1 timeout. The defense has 2 timeouts. So you're really hoping to get 1 first down here and salt this football game away, and that's why you're up, so maybe that's why you're a little conservative right there. Take the shot. I think if you're down, you got to throw that up there. But it's also, we're running for your life. Maybe hard to get that ball off. But, yeah, Hard Knocks was excellent. They need to do a better job of letting people know that you and Richard Sherman were on that pod. There we go. The keeper, Verse says he touched him up on a 3rd and short.
Versus comedy, dude.
Versus,
he is comedy.
He does it every time.
Yeah.
He walks by where it happened, he points down. Right there.
He had a sack yesterday, Hoff, that then it was clearly a sack, and he's like, no, the ball should be back here. The offensive-minded head coach said, we're going to go ahead, we're going to take it. All right,
he's fun, man.
4th and 4 for the offense here.
So the situation is here, we are ahead.
Yep, offense wins the game here. They go empty, they burst, explode back in. Bond, Concepcion fan into the right, Judkins on the left hip. Judy singled up to the left on D'Angelo Ross. Single high safety. Watson sees something comes up, change the play. They get a check. Everybody gives the hand signal. They're all on the same page.
Play clock at 4. Here comes the blitz up the middle.
Does he get it? And
There
he
you go.
does.
Got him. Unbelievable.
Easton Mascarenas Arnold in the neutral zone, and KT Leviston with the heady play to make contact. You don't make contact, and he gets back. No penalty, Hoff.
That's winning football.
George Warhop's got to get excited about
Pretty
that.
excited. That's what he used to teach us, right? Just touch him. You don't have to jump out of your stance and do anything dramatic. All you got to do is touch him. And the benefit, if you go to touch him and you miss, it's not a false start on you. Because sometimes, you see the guys, they try to do the dramatic jump out of their stance, but the defense gets back because they react a little quicker. But if you touch him, you end all consternation in that ref's mind. He knows you touched him. He drew you off sides. First down, Browns.
Real quick, Concepcion, Fan, and Bond on one side of the field together. That's a fun trio.
Yes, it is. By the way, right there, Justin Jefferson would have blown that one up where he blitzes off the weak side. It's a rollout. You think he could get that one off there, Siciliano?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
I thought you said, Maybe we were aying something else.
That's
perhaps.
one of the things a quarterback's going to start learning as they're watching things pre-snap. You see the coverage. You see that backside blitzer against the bootleg could be blitzing. You got to drift your bootleg a little bit further towards your own end zone to give yourself a little bit more space. Another half yard, you're able to get that football off.
Inside handoff, nothing, and they're practicing. Make sure they get down and keep the clock running. That's what they want to do here.
This is that fourth down play where the ones got them to jump.
Yep.
And here it is, that 4th and 4.
See how smart the defense is here. If they learned anything from the situation,
well, that
because
stuff matters.
It's the same script.
Go back to the Jets game. Cam Thomas jumps off sides, and that ends the game effectively when you had a chance maybe to get back in it. All right, Shedeur in the empty, so this is the same. They're going to come back to that explosion to the right side. Sanders on the left hip. Boston singled up this time. I'm going to speed out to Boston with that kind of – he's got that closer split. He's got room to the outside. Just get up, force Herron to move his hips, and then break it out. That should be an easy pitch and catch.
There's not a lot of room.
Shedeur trying to jump him off. Now they're going to take the timeout. So it was a hard count.
Yep.
And Deshaun got him with the hard count. The defense this time said, I think I know what's going to happen. We're not going to do the same thing.
Be a
now you're going to run the play.
of an intelligence test if they jumped.
Well, yeah. That's what
After just seeing it.
That's what I think failing a drug test at the combine is. That's an intelligence test.
Going back to the Jets game, not questioning Cam Thomas's intelligence, but going back to the Jets game, to your point, Bo, that was one where you're just like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
All right, so we get that same explosion, that inside split. Boston inside the numbers there. Now he's getting press coverage this time. Shedeur surveying. He's got the 3 receivers to the right. Floria Wallace in the tight end. Takes the snap. It's a drag for Boston. He's got Floria at the second level. Gets it into Carson Ryan.
In the secondary.
So that was called mesh, mesh, mesh. Everybody going across the field trying to pick somebody off. They get it into Carson Ryan. Good throw right there from Shedeur and a good catch and first down Browns. So this is going to be the real one here. We're going to take a break. You do it.
Got to take a quick timeout. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly.
Yo, yeah, I don't know about anything. I just got back home. I just got back. Ooh, ain't nothing else on. Ain't nothing in the background. What you want me to do? Nigga, you heard me in it. Bill, shut up. Right? This nigga a hater, bro. Alright, listen. I know you can hear me, nigga. Nigga, I'm live in here. You can hear me? Bill's trying to make it seem like I was high, like I tried to mute my mic or something. No, nigga. Nigga, this is wild. This ain't me. This ain't this. This is Earth. Like what is this, bro? What is this? Like, hey, bro, this is all you see, bro. Ain't nothing crazy. It's all football. And you'll get a random thing like that out of nowhere. Like, bro, is my camera not gonna turn on? Alright, I guess my camera's not turning on. Alright, let's see what these dudes talking about, man. Yeah, but my program to turn my camera's not even fucking working. Nah, he ain't there, so I ain't got the source. Yeah, that nigga had to go to work, nigga. That nigga had to go to work, bro. That nigga had to go to work. He said, I can't call out 2 days in a row. I go to work. I ain't find nobody else that be there, so.
Let's take it in live. Mr. Siciliano.
Oh, we got a play here. We got a 3rd and 5 near the end of practice.
This
for the game.
I don't even know if this bitch washed, nigga.
Line up wing to the left here. Send him in motion
Nigga,
again.
I just grabbed this bitch off of I don't even know where it's at.
Side. It's caught by Gage Larvidan spinning, and he goes down across midfield.
Okay, let's see what they talking about now.
And there is your horn. And is that the end of what looked to be a very, very good day of practice?
Okay, practice is done.
Deshaun Watson, gentlemen, how are you?
Welcome in, Mr. Look,
Maybe.
you got a little everything right there.
Oh, baby.
The orange jacket, the voice there with the play-by-play. Dr. Z is here.
Hello.
And then the gold jacket, the Hoff, joins us as well here as we are just wrapping up practice. Now, listen, the real treat is you're going to get to listen to us over the course of the next 2 hours describe what we saw in real time as this practice unfolded. The story, I think, for everybody will be the play of Deshaun Watson today. Hoff, this was your first day at camp. What were your impressions of what you saw?
Well, I was very impressed because, like you guys being here, I was enjoying hearing the reports from Wisconsin, from the ranch in Wisconsin, and I heard a lot of sloppiness. You know, heard that quarterback play was very uneven, but today it was sharp. Start to finish, polished. The ball was not on the ground. The ball was being thrown decisively, on time, on the money. Operation was very smooth. There was very few plays that I think the offense would want back today. I think they were looking very, very good and sharp and polished and where you'd want to see your offense right now.
It was the best day a quarterback has had, period.
Yep.
It was the best day a quarterback has had against the ones by a mile. This was the best Deshaun Watson has looked out here maybe ever. in terms of this, certainly this training camp. It was the best that he's looked out here on these fields,
Yes, okay.
maybe ever.
But you said maybe ever. I'm not trying to box you into a corner for a hot take here.
No, it's out here.
Okay.
Maybe ever.
Got it.
On these
As Dr.
fields.
J would say, for a period of time.
No, I understand
Since
that, but let's just give a context here. Like, since he got here in practice is what I meant.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. In a practice situation, cross-country Morgan is the best I think that he's looked. Decisive, accurate, ball on time, down the field, arm strength. The ball, you'll see a highlight to Denzel Boston in the back of the end zone. By the way, Denzel Boston continues to be nothing short of spectacular. But this was the best. Now, no pads today. It was kind of, I'd imagine the player's mind. It's almost
Matt got 99% of people blocked. Who cares what that
ratchet
is?
down from 2 days of pads, day out, no pads, then pads again tomorrow.
Yep.
But this was what you needed to see from Deshaun Watson. That's what you need. And Shedeur Sanders had a solid day as well. When we came in, the play that was narrated beautifully by the play-by-play voice of your Cleveland Browns, Andrew Siciliano, they were doing an end-of-game situation where all you needed one first down to close out the game. It was a 3rd and 5. Got a nice little pick play on the outside. Larvadan comes free.
They said who?
Great ball from Shedeur Sanders to get that first down. Now, Deshaun and the first-team offense, they were not able to pick up the first down in theirs because of Jared Verse. On the first play, it was a toss-out to Quinshon Judkins, and Jared Verse hit him for a 5-yard loss. There was a nice pass on the second down from Watson to Flory, and then Isaiah McGuire, who continues to have a good camp. And, you need that third pass rusher. He gets a sack that shuts that one down as George Warhop gets the offensive line, perhaps in response to that.
Is not over.
Running drills out here after practice on a very hot day at the
Or
cross-country
is it
mortgage.
done?
And quite frankly, anybody who finishes behind George Warhop would get an earful from me.
Quite frankly.
And George Warhop, I would imagine.
Very impressive. Says just as much about George Warhop and his fitness level at this age of his life as it is the fitness level of maybe the guys finishing behind him.
That was incredible.
He could get out to that second level and
it's impressive.
and
I think
cut
you
off
can
the
strap
backer.
him up if you need a center at some point during the season. You got him right here in the building.
Yeah, that was incredible. I'm not sure how Denzel Ward is seeing the world right now. With a towel over his head, there it goes. It falls off. Now he's able to see, and he gives a little celebration to the young autograph seekers here. Strums the guitar. I thought this was a great day for the offense, and this was a day that was needed for Deshaun Watson. And what I'm curious about, and I don't know, these are no scores, it's just something I put together looking at the calendar, is that if you go every other day, that would have Deshaun today, no pads, Deshaun Friday, no pads, Shedeur Thursday pads, Shedeur Saturday pads. I wonder, do you go Deshaun tomorrow in pads, which is going to cause everyone, well, what's going on?
Well,
but you say, hey.
You said this before practice, too. I want to be clear. This is not just because you had a good day.
No. Just that you'd want to let somebody have 2 days in a row with the day no pads lead into the day in pads, and it would be the exact same for both of them. Shedeur would then have Friday and Saturday in the same exact scenario.
No, what he's saying is that
I want to be clear. Shedeur made some good throws.
they're saying.
Yes.
King blocked. I mean, Matt blocked me too.
One
He's
guy was
asking.
great and one guy was bad.
No.
Do you have it go do what Felton's been saying to have go 2 days in a row and then have Shedeur go 2 days in a row because it's going to be no pass today, no pass tomorrow,
And then parenthetically,
and then no, it's supposed to be no pass today, pass tomorrow, no pass Friday, pass Saturday. So he's saying, do you give Deshaun no pass today, pass tomorrow, Shedeur no pass Friday, and pass Saturday?
That's right.
Like you don't know any better.
Yeah,
All you know
this
is
looked great. Looked like football.
Hey,
This is what you'd expect when you show up to practice.
To be fair, this is what you would see like at your Pro Bowl practices.
Right.
Maybe not so much out here on these.
Yeah,
fields every day.
that's where they're at.
Yes. Yeah. A little bit better effort here than at the Pro Bowl in Hawaii, but overall, I mean, it was great. I can only remember maybe one throw for Deshaun that was a little bit off, and all of his decisions that he made. And he had a number of times where they were giving him the run-pass option with some of those short yardage plays, some of those third mediums where you want a quarterback that has an opportunity to threaten the defense with his legs. And he took advantage of it. I thought all the way across the board, it was a very impressive day watching him operate from start to finish. And like Andrew was saying, Shedeur had a great day too. Right?
Yeah.
But it's just, I think, the difference from maybe what we've seen in the last couple practices with Deshaun to where he was today was so stark.
And in the red zone, in those tight window situations, it was touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Decisive.
And decisive. Shedeur got away with a couple where maybe he was a beat late, as you'll hear Joe break down why that analysis was made. But all in all, very good day for the offense. One turnover, that was on a tipped ball in the red zone. Delpit popped one up in the air that was intercepted from Shedeur. But other than that, both of these guys looked good. You got lots of guys getting opportunity on that offensive line. Another good day for DeJuan Jones, I thought, out there at left tackle with his turn today. But yeah, this was This was good. Quinshon continues to look good. Fannin made some nice plays, and then Boston and Concepcion. Those guys, I don't know when we're going to get to the point, but to me, those guys, if you're in a 2-receiver set, or I think pretty soon those are going to be the 2, and when you're in a 3-receiver set, they're going to be 2
I mean,
of
he
the
did
3,
this in
and you'll decide,
OTAs,
who you want with
and then
them.
we saw exactly what happened right after.
They're bringing a dynamic playmaking ability.
He did
and
that. He had them 6
consistency
touchdowns and
every
then
day.
had
Jerry
3
Jeudy's a
touchdowns
Pro
right after.
Bowler. Bond, we saw today, had one where the ball didn't go his way due to a pressure, but he was behind Denzel Ward. When you can be 5 yards clear of Denzel Ward, you're doing something right, you know?
There have been some plays the last couple of days where we're not going live in this practice. Kevin went live last year, and that made some big headlines. First time since COVID in 2020 that they had gone live, meaning going to the ground or tackling. There have been some plays with these 2 rookie wide receivers and Quinshon as well, going through the line.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, hey, if we were live, I think those are 50-yard touchdowns.
Yeah. That deep dig to KC where it was put right on him by Deshaun. Yeah, I think he's gone. He kind of split the defense, and he's got to get through one arm tackle, and that's what he put on his highlights. That's what he does. And I realize this is the NFL, not the SEC, but nonetheless, he had the angle there, and I think he would have. Cole Wilson had one, which he's been fun on one-on-ones. I think he has a chance to be fun in the preseason as well. Had one where he went up. A nice ball from Dillon Gabriel, who didn't get a lot of opportunity today, but certainly made the most of it as well when he was out there.
One other thing that's happened here the last couple of days, and our educated guessing is this is just a numbers thing.
He got 15 red zone reps.
We were running on 2
a lot of red
fields
zone reps
simultaneously. We're not having that now. So if you're doing the rep thing, which I know some of you are prone to do, you're just not getting as many reps. That was reflected yesterday in Deshaun's numbers. It's going to be reflected today.
Probably not. Probably more.
Numbers
and
as well.
0 for Talon.
And
none.
Yeah.
And
I know people are really charting Talon's
dude,
reps
I was
to make
watching
sure
this
that's equitable as well. So I
probably
think
just counting
the
himself.
key here is because of some of the number crunching, we're all on one field versus 2.
Right. And I think it goes back to what we're talking about is this is a defense that right now is playing without, for sure, its top 4 defensive tackles and 5 of the top 6. I mean,
it's noteworthy again.
Absurd.
No Mike Hall, no Mason Graham again. We don't know exactly.
Malik, Kalia,
right.
Sam Kamara.
Yeah, I mean Mason and Mike especially were dominant at the beginning of this camp. We haven't seen Mike now for 3 days
since Saturday.
Since Saturday, and haven't seen Mason the last 2.
Oh, and there's no Carson Schlesinger out there either. So you think about kind of the middle
of
the
done.
defense
gone
at the first 2 levels. Now, Easton Mascarenas-Arnold's had a couple of good days in camp, but
he got 10. DG got 5.
He's going to get an earful from Jason Tarver in that situation, end of the game situation.
Red zone
you
reps,
can't get off sides, and you jump off sides, and they pick up the first down that effectively allows them to get into victory formation and ends your team chances.
Nah, they
can't
didn't do
have
the
that.
2-minute.
And by the way, heady play by KT Leviston on that one just to reach out and touch somebody.
Yeah, those were the red zone. Those are all red zones.
It's a cool thing we do where they.
Why they didn't give Dillon any? Wait a minute.
Guys go through and sign all the way through, and very, very cool thing. That
yeah.
Real quick, I've had a couple friends come through.
Oh, they did give Dillon his touchdowns. Okay, I was about to say.
Media come through in the last week, and when they've seen this, they've all said the same thing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is
really
great
neat.
how they do this.
It's Military Appreciation Day, so
I
you
think
see
so.
it.
One
and
on the
amongst
left
kids
side,
on
they
the far
threw
side
one to
also,
Denzel Boston
the great
over the
members
middle.
of our military, we thank them for their service and for being out here today supporting the Cleveland Browns.
Oh no, that was Quinshon Judkins actually. That wasn't.
Joe,
Casey.
quarterback aside, your first impressions. This is your first look at the 2026 Cleveland Browns in person.
You know, when you have a new head coach, you're putting in a new offense. You've got a bunch of new faces, kind of turning over the roster a little bit, especially on the offensive line. You're expecting a lot of sloppiness. Offense is always behind defense at this point in training camp because there's just so much more to learn, right? Defense is, hey, this is your gap. You own it. Tackle the guy with the ball. All right, ready, break. Offense, there's a little more minutia there, right? You get the smart guys on offense for a reason. But I'm very impressed just with how polished everything was. You know, it was a shorter practice today, but it was fast. It was crisp. Very few pre-snap penalties. There was maybe one time I can remember where Coach Munkin lost his bananas over somebody didn't line up in the right spot when they were trying to go fast. But other than that, it was a very
not the whole day,
practice.
but those touchdowns were.
That's the big takeaway always because it's hard to get anything done in practice from a schematic, a technical standpoint. It's hard to really learn much about the team and the players that you have. if you can't line up in the right spot, if you can't get the ball snapped on time, and if you can't get the quarterback to throw the ball on time, they did all of those things today.
Yeah, let me ask you this. I hesitate to ask this question. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with a preface. This is not to be like, well, this guy's better than that guy. It's just to point out a difference in style. Can you remember, I'll ask all three of you, can you remember a time in the previous 6 years where the head coach got as fired up as we saw Todd Monken right there on that one bad?
I don't believe so.
Get lined up?
He is a fiery guy.
He is a fiery
He wears
guy.
his emotions on his
Doesn't
sleeve.
mean one style's better than the other. I'm
No,
just asking,
but
do
I
you
will just-
remember a time where we saw that?
Schwartz did.
Schwartz
would.
Yeah. Okay, but the head coach?
No.
Okay.
No, and like
just not who he is.
styles.
It's just like what we do. You have to be honest to who you are,
Sure.
or you come off as a fraud.
1,000%.
So Kevin wasn't an emotion on his sleeve type of coach. Todd is.
Yes.
Todd is. It's the same tone. It's what you see is what you get. Ask a direct question, get a direct answer. It's just totally different styles. And, Kevin had to be honest to his style, and Todd is being honest to his.
And I think that when you look at it, Hoff, this is a totally different team than the one that Kevin coached. It's a completely different team.
Oh,
there are
my
maybe,
gosh.
5 guys from 2022 we were going through the exercise the other day. These are
20.
different teams. And I think when you have a very veteran team, guys who are professionals and understand what they're doing, they don't need that guy. When you have a team as young as this one here with the Cleveland Browns, I think that Todd Monken and his style is actually quite helpful and fits. And I think Kevin's style fit the veterans. I mean, we hear Joe Flacco talk about his time with Kevin in very glowing terms.
Absolutely.
And he's a veteran. He knows what it takes, so he knows what he needs to do for his body. He knows what he needs to do from each rep. You talk about you would go to walkthroughs and you knew exactly what you needed to do.
Or he
on each rep in a
sees,
walkthrough. Some of these young guys,
or he
they
knows
don't
like, okay, this
understand
quarterback's
that, and
been
they need
struggling,
somebody to
so
get
let me give you
in their
something to
rear
get your
ends
confidence
and
up.
help them see
So
the
then
light.
when we get to these next week,
I think the one thing
and
you
we
think
can
about
have some
Coach
real
Monken,
practices because we're
he's
not
trying to install
installing
culture
anymore. This
right
is
now, right?
tomorrow's the
Attitude.
last day of
That's
installs.
the most important thing.
And then we
especially
go back to
first year,
pads.
turning over the roster. A
And
lot
then
of
we're
young
going to have full
guys.
scrimmages. I need you
want
to be
those
on your
guys to
best
be a
so I can see
reflection
you
of
at your
who
best.
you are as a head
So
coach
get some
at the end of
confidence.
the
Here you
day.
go.
And
Here's
so
an
you
easy
want to
day.
see guys out there showing that emotion just like you are as a head
Here you
coach.
go.
And so I think today's practice really reflected that. It was
Here's
great to
7
see emotion on
touchdowns. Here's
both
your
sides.
confidence, and be ready
it
for
wasn't
Friday.
like the defense had all sorts of busts. It was just that the offense was very polished, and it was good. There was some nice, healthy competition
No, that's just what
between
good coaches do,
both
bro.
sides, back and forth. Of course, Jared Verse, he's not a guy that's ever
Like,
going
he's
to
a
back
coach.
down
He's
or
trying to
stay
make sure
quiet,
everybody
and he makes it fun. And I
is
think
confident.
that's the
Everybody
important thing.
has
You got to have
something.
those guys in the locker room.
Everybody
when
can
you
play.
get to the middle part of training camp and you get to the grind of the season, they keep it fun, that make you laugh, that still get your work, hold everybody accountable to that standard, but you can go out there and you can have that good back and forth and have quality work and also enjoy it.
It looked like a professional operation on offense.
It did. Yeah.
Yes, this was a very if you're a Browns fan, doesn't matter what
Nah, I
quarterback
didn't watch
you
the
were
practice.
pulling
It
for
wasn't
or
streamed.
whatever.
Well,
the
people weren't
reality,
there
we
streaming
just
it
need to
today.
find the best quarterback.
Yep.
This was an encouraging day for our offense, and we're getting to the point where one more day of quote unquote install, and then we kind of go. And it
Which
felt
is
like
gonna
today was a little bit more of a kind of a go thing. There weren't as many kind of very specifics. Okay, we're going to operate, this trips thing on this half of the field. We're going to do a bunch of those reps and then take them out there. This was a little bit more free-flowing football, and we saw a lot of different concepts involved in the offense today.
That was a lot of football.
For that
90
period of
minutes?
time?
90 minutes,
yes.
they packed it in.
It was a lot of football, guys. A ton
I
of
mean,
football.
that was of actual 11 on 11, you had 40 and then plus the end. So we'll call it 48 plays.
Yeah.
And then you had 20 of red zone. So 68, either 11 on 11 or 7 on 7 reps in that one. Now, Jared Verse is doing something that I really enjoy. He's doing the Hulk Hogan right here, where he's making the crowd get loud. Who's going to get the loudest for me? And that's where he's going to go sign. And I like that.
Man, he is. What
He's
the
everything
doctor
that
ordered, isn't
He is a culture builder.
He is. He's a culture tornado.
He will be at the end of this season. He will sign a long-term extension. When do you think, Andrew, at the end of this, at his 3rd season?
I mean, he's eligible to do it heading as a first-round pick heading into year number 4, so you can do it when the new league year begins, early March, mid-March, whenever free agency begins. That's when that window opens to do the deal.
Would not surprise me at all if he has the year that you want. That
you would assume as soon as that cracks.
Go. Yeah, and then hang the banner, put that banner over there in Brook Park and put the Jared Verse sign up there and let's go.
Now, also, they have 2 years of eligibility.
Of course.
3 years of contract left.
Yep.
This year, 27.
Fifth-year option.
Yep.
Correct.
The way that this operation runs, though, typically when you have somebody great, you do it as quickly as possible and get it rolling.
I would not argue with that.
That's the way that they do things. Those are your hot topics today, presented by University Hospitals, official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. Hoff, it's Hoff weekend, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
You'll be down in Canton. Hoff Beef will be there.
Yeah, let the people know
Let
that
the
are
people
just
know
joining
what
us.
the people just joining us, what you have in store for them down in
Yeah,
Canton.
pretty exciting. Everybody knows Enshrinement Weekend down in Canton. Saturday, they do something really cool last couple of years, Fan Fest, right? So big festival outside the Hall of Fame starts tonight at 5 o'clock. We hauled our 27-foot freezer trailer from the farm in Muscatine, Wisconsin.
Did you drive it?
No. I was in the PJ there. And then we had the boys from the farm taking the trailer out here. I landed this morning with the fam. They came in yesterday, set up. We got that beautiful trailer out there. We got a big tent space. We got Mr. Brisket smoking briskets, doing samples. We got Ant's Barbecue from Youngstown doing smash burgers. We've got a beautiful tent segment where this is actually us bringing the butcher shop to you, where you can come in there. We've got a beautiful experience with a bunch of walk-in stand-up freezers to be able to go and grab our Hall of Fame beef sticks and Hall of Fame beef jerky and all of our fresh steaks and burger. It's the Hall of Fame Farms beef experience right there in Canton, Ohio.
That's awesome.
At FanFest, right next to the main stage. You can't miss it. And I'll be over there rubbing elbows with some of the fans tomorrow, in and out of Hall of Fame festivities for the next couple days. Big weekend for us to be able to come back home here to Ohio.
What is your favorite of the steaks? What is your favorite on the Hop?
Yeah, so I always go away from the middle meats, right? Middles are your tenders, your strips, your ribeyes, which are amazing, of course. But the reason, among others, that I really went hard on raising Wagyu is because those cuts that people don't really know as much about, the chef's cuts, the thin meats people talk about, are amazingly tender and amazingly marbled and incredibly mouth-watering, delicious with umami. And so those are the cuts that I always reach for because they're the ones that the chefs like. They have the most personality based on the feed that we give them, the Hall of Fame finishing ration that's customary, proprietary to what we do. And so I was a bavette guy for a while, which is like unbelievable, which is sirloin flap. So it's kind of in the back, inside of the back hocks on a steer. But recently the picanha, the coulette, the sirloin cap, which in Brazil is the favorite.
Yep.
It is amazing because it's got this different level of beefy flavor, but yet it's still tender. You can do it as a big roast. You can smoke it. You can slice it. You can sear it. You can do it
bring it out on a sword
Brazilian
and have people
style,
cut it out.
right?
Exactly.
And it's got this amazing fat cap, and our Wagyu fat has all that incredible flavor, like that. Just it melts in your mouth, and then it just sits with you. It goes great with bourbon and Z's vino when you come over and have the feast. That right now, if I had to say something, it would be that picanha.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I'm a ribeye guy always.
Yeah.
Always.
Can't go wrong.
And you can't go wrong with the Hall of Fame beef Wagyu ribeye. But your Wagyu strip, the American
like
Wagyu
said,
strip is.
Monkey had to throw him a ball today.
Get that good steak
get his confidence up because he was going. We still need you. Like just be, we can't let your confidence just completely
I'm
crash.
lustful like Bernie right now.
Well, you ain't gonna even be the backup if your confidence ain't there. So he had 20 reps total, or they only counted 20 reps on the tracker. He probably had more than that. And he had 10 in red zone. And the other 10 was 11 on 11 and 7 on 7.
Hey. Back on practice tomorrow. I didn't know that they weren't going to go padded tomorrow.
Pads back on tomorrow, so that's real practice. Say, cause now today they saying practice is real today. It was just practice the other days, but it's real today.
Pads tomorrow, pads off, then pads back on.
Yeah. So, and then the last practice
don't be surprised if Watson is playing his first team again tomorrow.
Why would he be first team tomorrow?
Because if he doesn't, then he won't have a padded practice.
So?
I don't think Todd's going to do that.
Well, You shouldn't have set it up like this then.
I mean, you could change it at any given time you want to.
That's
You
true.
give Watson 2 days, and then you give Shedeur 2 days. That means that Watson will have 1 day on, 1 day off, and then Shedeur will
I
have 1
don't
day
like
on, 1
it,
day
but
off. I mean,
that's what
he
he want
get
to
2
do.
days in a row. Fuck it.
I mean, I get it. So if that's what he want to do, cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Let Watson go back out there 2 days in a row. You do 7, now go throw 3 picks tomorrow.
We'll see. We'll see. Say, I just don't know. I don't know what's happening per se with the competition. Honestly, like, I in my gut, I feel like Shedeur is QB1, but you never know. Like you said, people change their mind. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. I guess he's gonna choose after the preseason games or after the first preseason. I don't know. I don't know. See, I thought he was I'm pretty sure he's still a straight laced guy. I just don't know. Which that's not my business to know. We fans. It's not my business to know. But I ain't even got an inkling of what's gonna happen. But you already said you want Deshaun to start the first 3-4 games anyway.
Lie to this nigga.
That Cam Newton? Who is that?
Kenny Pickett.
No, who is oh, that's AI.
That ain't real.
That gotta be AI.
Hey.
That Jimmy Horn?
Cowboys.
Philip Downs. Oh, that's Cowboys. Oh, they ain't gonna be shit this year. They might win 7 or 8 games. But if they do make the playoffs, that's what's up. I just don't believe in their defense. Yeah, Diggs went to the Commanders. Brown should have got him.
So long to do that.
Is that Madden 27?
Huh?
That's Madden 27.
It's Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
When they gonna change the goddamn announcement?
Never.
Off the bootleg, here's Sanders. He'll swing this out to Judkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 40. Sanders eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Shedeur Sanders.
They got him looking like Joe Johnson.
Madden has felt the same for a very long time. Not just the last 3 years, for a very long time.
I don't play it enough, so.
We say 2K was better than Madden, but we ain't gonna speak on that. NFL 2K was better than Madden.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, so when you don't got no competition, you can just put out slop. When you don't got no competition and you got the rights to everything, you can just put out slop. Micro transactions and slop. That's all they care about. How much more money can we get out of you after you spent $100 on the game?
Nasty word.
People will pay for it because they brainwashed. They can't. They keep saying they're gonna go on strike every year for Madden and 2K, and they buy it anyway.
The
I
saying
ain't
that
bought Madden or
about
2K in about 5 years.
the same thing about Pokemon. They'll never.
Right.
Same thing about Call of Duty.
They brainwashed. Like, you niggas don't play no other genres of games. You gotta find something else. If it ain't shooting games or sports, they don't want to play it. Like when I was younger, we had a variety of different games. So many different type of games.
If
You
I
gotta stop by. Oh, you talk about yourself. You expose yourself. You say, yep, that's me. I buy it every year. Yeah, you gotta. If you don't like it, you gotta stop buying it. Or say, why buy something you don't like? You gotta find something else to play. In the meantime, there's a whole bunch of games out there. You just gotta go searching for them. But we're gonna warm this food up. I'll be back.
Like the franchise mode. Oh boy. Alright, man. I'm gonna slide off. I go to the gym. I might go to the gym. Get this workout in, man. We be back tomorrow, or maybe later. Actually, maybe later. We'll come back and we'll do the Madden. Alright, y'all. See y'all.